be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me.
Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Steals in the sauce with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a molding. No proof, like I always wanted him. I never hated him. I never traded him. Independent, I never ever traded him. What is a star? Like another city, the driver's side fly. Gucci get large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever. Cute as could be, you can watch on YouTube with me for free. This one time for the Twitch, this one time for the text, this one time for the phone line. Whole time wondering what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Snoopppp Huntley, dude. Snoop. Wow.
Pretty good.
He's fun.
He's fun to watch.
I think it's probably there's a fine line between fun and reckless.
Oh,
and he towed that line yesterday because when he got spun around and just zinged it to Raheem Mostert, you think he knew where that ball was going?
Not a chance.
But it didn't matter because he completed it. I was like, he's fun.
He threw it as if Raheem was 30 yards down the field.
Look, I don't know what it's like to be in that position. Okay. Because on one side of the ball, you have Dorian Thompson-Robinson, DTR.
He hates his offensive line.
Oh,
so angry.
The one thing I've heard all year, and I was like, Leroy's just been telling me when he's doing these hits with Jay Crawford is that Browns line stinks. And Calais Campbell, he came to eat.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know where he's going to be.
Yep.
Maybe he'll be a Dolphin. Maybe he'll see this thing through. But if he wasn't, he's putting on a little showcase yesterday.
We're still hungry.
He was hungry.
Yeah.
Did you see the meme of him? Did you see the meme of him just like staring at Benito Jones, just like an insane person?
Yeah.
Like he seems so friendly, but whatever switch goes off for that monster when he's on the field, scary. And that offensive line was destroying him. But the point where he had DTR down and he threw the ball all the way up into the air and into the sidelines. And Calais Campbell says the right thing is, what are you doing? Like, it's the same thing. Like, he went out there and he made him do the javelin toss because he was so afraid of what Calais Campbell was going to do to him. Understandably so.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of it, you have Myles Garrett, who is too strong. I think his strength should be outlawed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how one does that. I don't know how you can say, hey, buddy, you're too strong. Because poor Patrick Paul's out here, a behemoth of a man. Think of this, Marcos.
Yeah.
Imagine walking the earth and you're bigger than everybody. Who the hell in his life has Patrick Paul come into contact with at 6'7", 6'8", 350, whatever the hell he is?
Yeah.
How many times in his life, mind you, he hasn't been in the NFL that long. So how many times in his life do you think that behemoth playing in, where the hell does Houston play? The Big West? Are they in the Big 12 now? Where the hell are the Cougars?
They're in the WAC 100.
Whatever. They're not in the SEC.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
So how many times do you think that behemoth has felt to himself, oh my God, this guy is so strong. He's so strong, and he's moving me like it's nothing. And so much that I have to do WWE moves to make sure my quarterback doesn't get killed because Myles Garrett is too strong. So you have two quarterbacks terrified because they have just monsters chasing them. And that's why Tua couldn't be out there to get his hip destroyed, because Myles Garrett was out there. And you want to know something? Smart move by the Dolphins.
Yeah, for sure. There was times where Huntley got away from Garrett, a little bit that I don't think Tua would have.
Oh, no. Because, like, like, what do the Dolphins do? Like, do you do like a battery check on Teron Armstead's knee at this point, and you're just like, maybe you'll get home. Maybe you'll get home, but maybe you die in the middle of the turnpike, and we need to call AAA.
Been there.
Big fella. We don't know. You don't know with Teron Armstead because it's hard to tell with the old's knee.
It's very true.
And it's kind of like Kevin Love. It's like,
Ooh.
put him out there, and you're like, maybe, he hasn't played in like a week. Maybe he can give us a half here. But Teron Armstead,
not going to work.
Hit that.
Not against Myles Garrett.
All of a sudden, he's out. Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just like you sit there and your car just. Oh, no. So imagine you also had Tua out there with a rookie.
Yeah.
Not that I would like Snoopppp Huntley slaughtered, but I guess I kind of get it now where they're sitting here in the meeting. They're like, look, Tua really wants to play because he doesn't want to be the guy who's not there with this season on the line, which I understand.
Yeah.
The thing is, his hip is made of ramen noodle. And we have a monster out there named Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is going to last or something really bad could happen. And if you're the Dolphins, you have to be like, yeah, we probably shouldn't put him out there. Because this team that we're taking on is awful. We needed 13 points to beat them, basically.
Yeah.
It was over.
It was a good move. I mean, rain, cold. There's no reason to risk it.
Was it cold? It was like 60.
I mean, Mike McDaniel looked cold. Doesn't he always, though?
He does, but he see, I don't know if it was less cold or he dressed warmer than he did for the Green Bay game because the Green Bay game, he looked
no, for sure.
like freezing.
Absolutely freezing. But maybe his brain was frozen with those 2 challenges.
Dude.
What are we doing here, dude? He's the worst.
Oh, he is the worst.
No, he's the worst.
No, he's like
anytime.
Like he's so bad at the challenge.
Yeah.
That whenever he does challenge, because I thought the same thing with Snoopppp Huntley.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I think he got that. But then Mike McDaniel challenges, and I'm like, no, I'm wrong. Then I'm wrong. If he agrees with me, then I'm wrong. It's just one of those things with him. When it comes to challenges, if I think I see something, but the coach reaches for the red flag, I might as well not, because I know whatever comes is the referees are going to look at this and be like, no, Mike, sorry. He's like, I think 4 for 18 over his 3-year career.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out now.
4 times he's been right. So 4 times Mike McDaniel, think about this.
Yeah.
He's reached in his pocket, okay?
Yeah.
And he's only come out with that red flag. He's only been able to keep his time out 4 times in 3 years. Every other time he's losing a timeout.
And he's pulled it out 22 times.
22 times.
That's crazy.
And he's only come on the right side of it 4 times. That's how bad. And what was the other one that he challenged? The other one was like, what did
2 plays later, right? After the Huntley.
Oh, it was the forward pass.
Whether it was exactly.
And I was like, Mike, you just lost on that. Like they just did that with the automatic review. And you're like, he's like, no. I'm throwing the red flag. Bah!
You can only do 1, dude. If you skip the first one, fine. Go for the second one. Or, if you were for some reason successful, sure. But the fact that you lost that first one, you can't do it again on a question.
I don't understand. And then, dude, all right. I would not equate myself as a football guru.
Yeah, I am.
And Leroy will be here, but Cleveland got him, so he'll be here when he's available. But I know that Leroy Horde had to give middle fingers to that 4th down call. I mean, what the hell was that?
Man, and then just looking at his face after. I was like, is he upset at the execution of the play?
What could you be upset about? The execution of what? Throwing the ball back 6 yards when you need a foot?
So strange.
What kind of logic is that?
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Thankfully, they were taking on the Browns, and they're terrible.
It was bad football. It was very
it was bad football.
Bad football to watch.
It was bad football. It was, it was bad football. Snoop was exciting.
Yes.
But then also, he was running for his life from Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Because somebody was like, oh, he takes too many bad sacks. And I was like, he does? How do you get away from that monster?
Yeah.
And also, Robert Jones was not very good yesterday either.
No.
So now we're getting less Eichenberg, but now we may have new Eichenberg.
No
We-
run
we-
game either.
We just need new guards. I've determined this.
Yeah.
I've determined.
You think this is like first draft pick, new guard?
Oh,
or?
give me a stout
Yeah.
kid
Ooh.
from Wisconsin
Yeah.
or Iowa
Oh yeah.
or Notre Dame. Well, not Notre Dame. That's where Liam Eichenberg's from. But give me somebody from one of those states where there's just been nothing. This kid has been doing nothing but feeding horses
That's right.
with feed bags from the time that he could walk.
like that.
That's who I need as my guard next year.
Yeah.
Okay. That's who I need.
That's good.
But yeah, man, the Dolphins are alive. They are alive.
Yeah.
They are not dead. And I have spent my entire morning trying to convince people who love the Chiefs. Come on, baby. You don't want Joe Burrow in the playoffs, man. You gotta play your guys.
Come on.
If I was a Chief fan, all right, and I'm looking at the landscape, so the Dolphins need this to happen. If you guys are just catching up. Yesterday, we're doing Game Day Uncensored, and Solana and I cannot believe what we're watching, which is the New York Football Giants are actively giving away the number 1 pick. Some way, somehow, they are blowing it by kicking the crap out of the Indianapolis Colts all game. All game.
Goosey.
And then in the midst of it, somebody probably had a talk with the Giants because then the Colts start getting back into it. Or the Giants. It's hard to tell. But they were down. Weren't they like up 21-6 at one point?
Yep.
21-6. Then there was a kickoff return for a touchdown. You know that owner hated that.
Yeah. He was very angry.
Oh, he should be. But the Giants end up beating the Colts. Bouncing them. Probably the least probable thing you needed. The least probable thing to happen yesterday for the Dolphins playoff hopes to keep alive, you needed one more loss from the Colts to either the Giants or the Jaguars.
Yep.
And they got it. Then, the day before, while I was shopping at Home Goods,
Nice.
Sean Payton doesn't know the rules. He's sitting here and he doesn't know the rules. He doesn't know he only needs a tie. That idiot. That guy was going to be Dolphins coach. That coinciding, by the way, with the greatest catch I may have ever seen.
Yeah.
That was incredible. So you had that happen where the Bengals and Joe Burrow beat the Broncos. So the Dolphins are 2 for 2 in the things they need. Then we get the Tua news. Awful. You're like, I don't know. Because we've seen what this offenses look like without him. Not good. But Snoop, he's had time.
He
The
has
Browns suck.
time to learn the playbook to get healthy.
So all the Dolphins now need to do is beat the Jets, who I don't know if you guys watched Aaron Rodgers yesterday. He tapped out. He tapped out.
What?
He threw multiple interceptions.
Yeah.
He was sacked for a safety.
Ooh.
He got an unnecessary roughness call because he shoved the guy that he threw an interception to.
Strange.
And then down 33-0, told the Jets coach, why don't you just put Tyrod Taylor in the game?
We put Tyrod in.
I don't think I want to do
or,
this anymore.
Yeah. Was the right call.
So, all the Dolphins need is to beat the Jets, who suck. But they need the Chiefs to beat the Broncos. And everybody's reporting that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to play their bums. That they're not playing Mahomes. They're going to put Wentzwagon out there. No Travis Kelce. Tay-Tay's not even showing up. You know, and Tay-Tay loves skiing in mountains.
It's true.
That's what they say. So, but here's what I would say. If I was a Chiefs fan,
Yeah.
okay, I would be arrogant because I have all these championships.
Fair. Back to back.
But if I wanted one man out of the playoffs,
Mm.
one man for sure out of the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
it's Joe Burrow. All right?
Hmm.
And the Broncos, pretty formidable. You know, they got a good defense. You go out there, you're like, this Broncos team's pretty good. They're pretty good. I don't know, but the one team, if I was the Chiefs, that I would be like, put them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Dolphins. Because, first off, keeps Joe Burrow out of the playoffs.
For sure. Which is most important if you're a Chiefs fan.
One would think. Because the Chiefs also, the Bengals also need the Dolphins to lose. They need the Broncos to lose. They need the Dolphins to lose.
Yep.
So if I'm the Chiefs, do I really want 2 weeks off? Rusty. I don't know if I want that. If I'm the Chiefs, I'm playing my guys. I take care of the Broncos. Cool. See you later, guys. You're out of the playoffs. And then all I need is the Dolphins to beat the stupid. And I'll know by that time because I guess it will come down to who do the Bengals got? They got the Steelers this week? I think they got the Steelers. Or is it the Ravens? I know that all of the NFC.
It is the Steelers. It's a Saturday 8 o'clock game.
But the Steelers have nothing to play for.
Nope.
They have nothing to play for.
Locked into their slot.
So if Joe Burrow goes out there and they're in the catbird seat to make the playoffs, let's say they win, wouldn't you want at least the insurance policy of, hey, Dolphins, we want you in, baby. And don't they owe them? Don't you remember 2019? Who beat the Patriots to get you rat bastards a 2 seed?
Wow.
Who beat them? Did Brian Flores tank?
Nope.
What did he do, Andy Reid? While you sat there with your bundle Ruski? They went out there and they beat the Patriots. So don't you owe this franchise one to go out there like a man and play a meaningless game against the Broncos and risk the health of your all-time quarterback?
Exactly.
That's what you owe the Miami Dolphins, you cowards. I dare you to play the Denver Broncos straight up. I dare you.
Chickens.
They owe us.
Yeah. We're calling in that favor.
We're calling in the favor.
Yeah.
You guys don't want 2. Nobody wants 2 weeks off. That's almost.
Come
I just had 4 days off. Too much. Too much. No, I'm not
feel
going to work tomorrow and the next day.
Yeah,
But then I'm going to be working for the rest of the year after that. Too much. Anyway, we'll take a break. Lots of silly sauce to get into here on the show. If you guys want to join us, 305-567-0560. Back after this. Dolphins still alive, mother bleepers.
Still alive.
I love a playoff chase.
Who would have guessed?
You guys can say that you don't want to make the playoffs, and I'm sure there are ingrate bastards who don't want to make the playoffs, but you can't tell me as a football fan who doesn't love the playoff picture,
Yeah.
and especially scenarios.
Oh, in the hunt.
In the hunt, dude. Who doesn't love an in the hunt scenario? It's fun. It's fun. Does this mean the Dolphins inevitably get drubbed by the Buffalo Bills yet again?
Or
Probably.
someone else.
Probably.
Literally anyone we face, probably.
Probably. But
But
who doesn't? This Sunday is going to be fun. You would rather this. Imagine this. You get to embarrass Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
Yep.
You get to make the Jets fan cry.
yeah,
You potentially make the playoffs.
look at that.
You think to yourself, well, maybe this will be the time against the Buffalo Bills. You'll talk yourself into it.
That's right.
And then inevitably, Jalen Waddle will drop a pass in the first drive that probably would have gone for 40 yards.
For sure.
And then reality will hit and Josh Allen will take us over his knee and spank us.
Maybe a fumbled snap.
Maybe.
Oh.
But I love a playoff scenario, dude. I love it. I'm all here for it. Larry Zonka, who I rely on Twitter heavily.
Our boy.
He said, glad we're still in it, but there's a lot of holes in this victory. Hashtag MIA versus CLE. Hashtag fins up.
Yeah. I mean, when you run for like 12 yards, I can understand why Larry Zonk is upset.
Yeah. I don't think Larry Zonka liked that.
That 4th and inches.
No, there's no shot.
No way.
There's no shot.
Am I missing something?
Is there a reason they didn't just do QB sneak?
I don't understand. Like, he's tall, he can get through there. We also have a fullback that's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they've ran out of Ingold magic.
All right.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
What do you think?
I think a QB sneak was the right call. Whatever the hell they did, I can imagine why everyone would have that dumb look on their face. The same one Mike McDaniel had, who was very even the offensive lineman on the side, who I know was probably just frustrated at the fact that he missed that block. But he was just pissed, like, I was gonna miss that block. Why would you call this play?
Do you think though, like Mike McDaniel, right? Being this bad at the challenge, there's somebody who's supposed to be in charge of that. Yeah. Like there's supposed to be a video coordinator who chimes in. Do you think Mike McDaniel's going rogue, or do you think Mike McDaniel has just kept this guy on the payroll for the last 3 years? And that guy is the guy who's actually the worst at this, right?
Yeah.
Because like when Erik Spoelstra has the challenge, which he never loves to use, he looks back to the bench and he's looking at Chris Quinn. And Chris Quinn is looking at Todd the intern. And then Todd the intern's like, and he goes, and then Chris Quinn goes, and then Spoelstra's like, nah. That's what always happens.
Yeah.
But with Mike McDaniel, I imagine it being, I don't know, Mike, this is a close one. I'd say 50-50. Go for it. Red flag. That's what it feels like when he is the coach.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know. Listen, no, flag's out. Flag is out. Really, probably not the best.
Don't love our chances. Oh, great.
Here I go.
Why don't you listen to me?
Please just let me finish.
I'm never gonna get another. Well, imagine that guy that guy gets let go because Mike McDaniel ends up losing his job and he tries to get a job with the Carolina Panthers as their video coordinator. And he goes, "What was your job there?" He goes, "Video challenge coordinator."
Okay.
And what was your record? 4-22. All right. You want any other job? Would you like to sell popcorn here? Like that is because Mike McDaniel is just sitting here and I'm genuinely like, anytime he goes for that red flag, I think to myself, this has no shot. There's no chance this is going to work out.
No.
But anyway, I will say though, the one thing I like about Snoop, didn't get complicated with it. Every single drive, it started off with a nice little 15 to 25 yard pass to Cheetah, right over the middle, get a drive going. Inevitably, there were a lot of penalties, my God, this team is undisciplined.
That is rough. I know at one point, I think I heard Bo on the broadcast saying that we were 0 for 5 on third down at halftime. And I think all of those third downs were like longer than 12 yards.
Oh, it's just like every drive got ruined by being stupid.
Yeah. For sure.
It was like, oh, Dolphins, big time play. How about a holding call?
Yeah.
Oh, Dolphins, big time. How about a false start? How a personal foul? I'm like, what? What are we doing? Every great play was like wiped away by a holding call. It was insane. Jason Sanders, though, I gotta say, I don't know what kind of deal with the devil that guy's made.
Yeah.
Obviously, it cost him extra
I was
points.
gonna say it cost him something.
Cost him extra points. He can't hit extra points anymore.
Yeah.
But
Woo.
man, that 54-yarder that just squeaked over.
Yeah.
You know, J Fig was ready to mother bleep him.
You know, he's ever since he got a little bit of JTL, I believe a little J Fig tough love has done him good.
305 Maniacs is Tobin. Were you as shocked as me to hear Sanders has made 25 straight field goals?
25 straight.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. And he's won Player of the Month like twice.
Absolutely.
I don't believe, or Player of the Week. I think he's won that twice. I never trust it. I always feel like this is going to be one, and I know he's going to probably go down as like the most accurate kicker in Dolphins history.
Yeah.
But I don't trust him. I don't care.
It's true.
The Dolphins will be sitting there, and I'm going to think to myself, you know, if the Dolphins had a 35, like let's just say next week, right?
Yeah.
They just need a 35-yard field goal to send them to the playoffs. Jason Sanders lines up. I ain't trusting it.
Same, dude. Same.
And I should.
Anyone around the league.
I should no look it.
Oh, yeah, but no, you're looking and you're going to be pissed. We know that, though. We absolutely know that.
J-Fig just goes, seems like a lie that he's made that many field goals in a row. Nobody trusts him.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Dade South says this is all going to come down to him missing a field goal for the playoffs. Yeah, probably.
Totally true. Totally true. I would, or an extra point. Oh, man. That
Oh, my
that
God.
would kill me.
Just to, yeah. Oh, man.
That'd be rough.
Brutal. That was a wild one, though, man.
Yeah, it was for, what was it? 50, 55 yards or something like that? The one that hit the post.
Yeah, that was like 55 yards, something like that. It
And
was close to that.
Rainy, windy.
Jeez, did they give Tua the most depressing hoodie known to man?
It was very
Like, did he steal that right out of Bill Belichick's closet? Like,
Yeah.
Tua's like, what do we got today? He goes to the equipment manager. He goes, we haven't got a teal one here, Tua. We got a new orange Dolphin. He goes, I'm feeling gray.
Jeez.
And cut the sleeves off because it's not that cold. He's like, you want to look like Belichick? Yeah. Like, he had the most Eeyore, sad, I can't play in this game hoodie known to man. Like, the only thing that he probably had under that hoodie was like a pint of ice cream to eat his feelings because he was so upset about not being in this game.
He's just sad watching Netflix on his phone, just upset. Yesterday, though, I gotta admit, it was a little bit more comforting to have Huntley there and him knowing that he's had weeks in the system. Because the first couple of games, it was like, what are we gonna do here? But now I'm like, okay, I feel a little comfortable. I don't know about next week necessarily, but it felt good for yesterday.
Well, this is the thing that was infuriating about what happened earlier in the season, right? It's like Dolphins, it's not just that they lost with their backup quarterbacks. It's that you had these type of performances against really bad teams. And you're like, every week I see a Drew Lock go out there and do that. And the Dolphins for a month couldn't do that.
Yep.
And you're sitting here and you're like, how is it possible that a football team that allegedly has a guru calling plays cannot produce more than 14 points? How is that possible? And thankfully yesterday you had maybe one of the worst teams in football that you were taking on with a worse quarterback.
Yeah.
And finally, I guess with some time out of the system, he goes, all right, here's our play. Throw it to Tyreek Hill. And I was like, oh, wow. This is a great plan.
So brilliant.
This was our plan last year. I love this plan.
Done this before.
And so like the Dolphins were finally like, all right, we're moving the ball. We're getting to Tyreek. But then there was a penalty. And obviously, that took away a lot of opportunities to score. But that was what was so infuriating about the season when Tua first went out. You're like, how is it possible that the Dolphins can't get somebody to muster up with these weapons any amount of points? It's insane. But they did. And now they take on the Jets, who also are really, really bad. Is Tua going to play? Play Mike McDaniel from yesterday, because I got to tell you, this doesn't sound like anybody who's close to playing, but maybe I'm stupid.
Surgery is not currently on the table, and I think it's I mean, shoot, aren't you talking about next year, right? So like it's hard to forecast next year. Come on, calendar joke. No, I have absolutely no idea with that. Like I said, we had reasonable, hopeful expectations for his body, and he absolutely had the same expectations, and so we'll to even begin to forecast this next week, I think is difficult because I mean we were waiting till the last hour. So the ultimately, like if he's obviously super important to our team. It was not ideal in any way, shape, or form to have a game like this and not have him available, but it was also from a medical perspective not an option for him to play. So we'll be hopeful for that as we progress, but I can't even lean one way or the other really. So we'll see what the world has in store for us.
So a follow-up?
Nope. Yeah, it's not at all.
Okay, so it's not related to college, even though it's on the same hip, and they're fearful it could be made worse. But surgery's not on the table. We can't project timelines. How is he not healed by the end of that answer? That was a really long answer. That was like, that's not enough time to heal. His hip probably just is like, I got to get better so I can get out of here. I'm tired of hearing this guy talk.
They've been real coy with this injury.
Oh,
though.
dude, what?
Yeah.
Tua said he was fine. That was a terrible Saturday. I was like, what is this? What do you mean he's not playing?
Yeah. I it's questionable, and I was like, oh, that's weird. I don't remember anything. And all of a sudden down to doubtful, and I'm like, what? And then out? I'm like, how did this happen? So
I didn't even want to believe it until inactives came out yesterday. I'm like, nah, he's gonna play. And then even Omar tweeted out a picture of only Snoop and Skylar Thompson warming up, and I'm like, nah, he's gonna play out of the tunnel, right? Hulk Hogan style. He's gonna be like I was expecting fully there to be not Tua's like, just kidding, I'm playing. Because seriously, dude, he's not playing again. We're at the end of a season, and I'm not calling him soft, and I'm not calling him brittle. You guys know I love Tua; he's adorable.
Yeah,
but also, again, at the end of the season, he's not playing.
Not soft, not brittle. Fragile though. Yeah, maybe he's a little fragile.
I mean, Pat Riley called Tyler Herro fragile. That seemed to work out. Look at
that.
Now he bounced up out of Amen Thompson, throwing him down to the like this was a jiu-jitsu match.
What a thug that was.
Take it easy, man. Take it easy. Take it easy. All right, what are you, the Hawks announcer?
Yes.
That was crazy. We'll get more into that, but somebody says not soft, not brittle, cookie cutter.
Just like anytime there's any sort of argument that you can make for Tua, something happens where you're kind of like, that doesn't look good. Doesn't look good for my argument.
Waddle says, I'm not calling him soft. He's adorable.
Okay.
He is adorable.
He is adorable.
And did I judge him even for celebrating too much yesterday for the first touchdown? I was like, he kind of looks like he's running fine. But I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I just want him out on the field. And then all of a sudden, here we are at the end of the season. Is Tua there? No. Okay. Well, we'll see.
You know what's tough? Fighting through blood, sweat, and tears to do radio.
Yeah.
Found out I'm bleeding.
What?
I don't know how.
Did you get scratched by your babies? Babies have sharp claws.
Babies do have sharp claws.
Maybe Tadpole get you?
On my head.
Are you sure that's not ketchup?
Nah, blood.
Wow. We'll take a break. Let's get you bandaged up. We got to take a timeout like in basketball. Oh, there's blood.
Blood on the court.
Lots to get into, including everybody being mad at Cam Ward for not playing in a breakfast commercial.
God.
Leroy.
Hello.
How was Cleveland?
It was, and coming from me, this means something. It felt like Middle Earth.
Woof.
It was rainy and cold. Not too cold to play football.
The sky looked like I saw some of the
It
pictures.
just looked
The
right.
sky looked gloomy.
It was just the whole time. But here's the funny thing is that picture I took with Bernie was before the rain, and then we went back out after the rain, and the sun came out for a second. But can I just say this? You're not helping Mike McDaniel when you come out with gloves on.
Man,
You are not helping.
he just
like
he like
I'm like,
overcorrects.
he looked
overcorrects.
so cold.
Because you want to know why? Because he was freezing in the game in Green Bay, and then he's like, I probably didn't wear enough. And now he goes into a game in Cleveland, and he over prepared.
Right. But it was rainy. I was amazed at some of the passes these quarterbacks were making, because I'm like, man, give that crew changing them footballs some credit, because holy smokes. And I did not realize there is almost absolutely nobody who has fields with real grass. That's not real grass.
Really?
No, it's not.
Not everybody can buy a grass farm like Stephen Ross.
And most places use that grass that you see.
Mm-hmm.
And you ever wonder, how the hell is that grass so green and all that rain with no divots or nothing? It's not real grass.
How about that? Well, it looks decent.
But
it looks decent.
Other than that, like
were you hobnobbing?
Yeah. I said hi to Dan and to Nat Moore. There's everybody over there. And then went talked to my people, that I knew. And then
did they ask about me?
He keeps asking me that.
Did you did you see Jay Crawford?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
And
little rifty, right?
Just realized, believe it or not, that me and Bernie's daughters have the same name.
Really?
Yeah.
Snitchy mouse, huh?
Oh, okay.
And
I was like, Bernie's daughter's name is Leroy?
I'm gonna tell you this story. And one of the reasons why I didn't come to the station, because I think I would have just walked over and punched Tobin in the face. Why? And here's why. I get off the plane. Guy comes up to me. Him and his crew went to the game. They're talking to me. And he goes, man, I was mad that Tua didn't play. Why he couldn't just get one of them little Novocaine shots or something like? I'm like, hey, I said, hey, you do realize you won. He goes, that's not the point. Tua didn't play. This was a big game, a must win. And I said, he's injured. And we went back and forth, right? With just pick your list of topics that you would do. He was doing, I'm like, are you bleeping kidding me?
A lot of people were upset by it. Look, obviously he wanted to play. I mean, everybody said that. Like, it's probably the only reason that it was doubtful instead of just ruled out was because he was fighting to play. That's probably the only reason that it was like that. But I think everybody's just like, man, again, he's not gonna be there at the end of the season.
Right.
Like it's just I think it's a fan frustration. I mean, certainly there are the bastards who are gonna call him soft. Right. But it's just one of those like, God, I can't believe we're here again. And
I tell you this all the time, man. Be careful with injuries, right? Like a player is never gonna really say he's out. He's going to wait for the team to tell him he's out because that looks soft. You understand? And so the fact that the medical staff and the coaches said, no, we're not, you're out, right? And he could say and save face and say, it wasn't me, I wanted to play. And that's fine. But that's just kind of a charade of playing the game so people don't come to the conclusion. But if you can't play, you can't play. And so it's unfortunate that like people feel that way. But man, like, I mean, even with Tua being, playing the last few weeks, he's been getting folded up a little bit.
Oh, dude, we said in that game against Houston, we're like, I can't believe that he got out of that game.
Right.
Well, apparently he didn't. He just gutted it out the next week.
Right. And so, like, be careful with that. I was like, by the way, I was in a suite with all Cleveland people.
Yeah.
And I may or may not have yelled, "You gotta bleeping kidding me," when it was 4th down.
Oh my God.
And 1. And then it was Browns ball and 6.
Dude, first of all, this is the two things we talked about mostly when you were gone. It was not Tua, actually. We talked about Mike McDaniel's the worst challenger of all time.
Agreed. Like who usually, let me say this. Usually you have a guy that, because they watch the replay in the booth, and Mike McDaniel might not be able to see the replay. So they're usually, you see when they wait, they're waiting, they're listening for the guys in the booth who are watching the replay.
I don't think he does that.
I don't think he does that. I think he just eyeballs it.
Me too.
Do you see how
and he's really bad at it.
Do you see how thick those glasses are?
Dude,
like, you missed some stuff, dude.
I really thought watching it, Leroy, I swear to God, I'm like, my first initial reaction was, oh, I think Snoop got that. And then I see that damn red flag come out. I'm like, nope. Because as soon as Mike McDaniel challenges it, I know I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Because he's never right.
Right.
And I don't know who their video guy is, but he doesn't listen to him.
I don't know. I don't know that dynamic.
He's almost like Dumb and Dumber, where he's like,
he maybe needs to go to the coach of the Canes and get a replay guy. Right? He got a timeout. He got a time management guy. He need a replay guy.
Dude, it's crazy. And then
like,
I knew you had to give middle fingers as soon as they tossed it. I'm like, oh my God.
What? And
the legitimate one good thing about not having Tua in a game is you can QB sneak it. You can sneak it, baby.
Right.
You can put Snoop.
Every team in the NFL has some version of. I'm gonna tell you what the play is called. Wedge. It's called wedge. In fact, when you see Philly do it, the damn right and left tackles look like they're getting ready to rush the passer. Right? And you just push. Tell the quarterback, get low and wedge it and wiggle in there.
Nah,
no.
Let's toss it 6 yards back and see if Achan can bring it to the house.
Oh, dude, everything else I could live with. I understood the circumstances of the game. So everything else I could live with. That right there, I lost my mind.
Is it? And did he punish Achan after that? Because I felt like Achan got less carries after that. He's like, you made me look like an idiot. Achan.
I'm telling you, the reaction on his face was like, he would seem like he was like someone did something.
Was Achan supposed to throw it?
I just don't get it. Like, was he not supposed to bounce out? It was a dumb play call, dude.
Here's the coaches do this a lot. Sometimes they'll run a play and see a hole during the play and get irritated as why the running back didn't take that hole. And what I would say is running backs may see something different than you see on film or from the sidelines. And the way you avoid that is you run it downhill. I like
Mike McDaniel likes the scenic route.
Yeah. He going scenic route 4th and 1. Hey, if he was going to do that, I would have rather him run some flippity do throw the ball down the field, right?
I mean,
reverse flip, but like That like holy
Mike
smokes.
McDaniel on fourth down takes A1A.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
He's like,
All the way to New York.
this is lovely.
All the way to New York.
Oh
playing.
man,
So other than that, man, just be happy with the win. Like, you know, and
Still alive.
still
that's
alive.
it. That's it. That's it.
I'm trying to guilt the Chiefs into playing their guys. They owe the Dolphins.
You're making a terrible assumption.
Am I?
Yeah, you're making the assumption if their guys don't play that the Chiefs have no chance. And what I would say is when you play on a team like that, when you finally get your moment to shine, it may be worse. Right? Like, at the end of games,
wait.
At the end of games for college, when they throw the other guys in and sit the guys down, and them guys crush the other team too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it happens. I'm not
Carson
saying.
Wentz
Look,
doesn't look
now
shiny.
let's be clear. Let's be clear. They're not as good as the other guys. Okay. That being said, you think Carson Wentz won to show he can still play? Right?
Great.
I'm just saying, like, don't just.
I think DTR wanted to show that he could shine yesterday too, and then Calais Campbell was in his face.
Dude, can I just say something? I was walking on the field, and I walked by 3 individuals. I said hi to one. I said hi to Myles Garrett. And I just looked at him and stared.
Mhm.
Right?
He's
But
too strong.
Then I walked by. Don't underestimate the size of Zach Sealer.
Oh, monster.
Jeez. And he is baby brother to Calais Campbell.
That's crazy.
I'm like,
All 3 of them chewing glass.
right? But the thing is the other 2 guys are just big, right? Myles Garrett got them muscles sitting on top of muscles.
Well, we'll talk more about this, but I marvel at him. It's crazy. We'll take a break. Back after this.
Football.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tagovailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Go to hell. To Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys. Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
New of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Let's get the headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, choose from over 500 new Kia miles in inventory of the Sportage, the Sorrento, and the Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. Streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560 WQAM. Dolphins beat the Browns 20-3. Still alive, thanks to the Giants fans has to be furious. They went out there yesterday. They beat the Colts. Oh my God, they jumped on the Colts. Malik Neighbors was incredible in that game. Yeah,
it was a shocking turn, but I did say this to you. I said, yo, let Anthony Richardson have like 2 or 3 great games in a row.
He didn't play though. Flacco was a Flacco game.
Okay.
Flacco,
how many picks did he throw?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. I think 1, but they jumped him, dude. It wasn't even it wasn't a Flacco thing. They got a kickoff return touchdown. Crazy.
So in other words, football happened.
Football happened.
Right. Like, why do we always think football can't happen to us? Right? Football can't happen to my team. I'm more than sure Indianapolis they were in there. All we had to do was beat the lowly
classic
Giants.
Flacco. 2 tutties, 2 picks.
Right.
330.
330. Oh, he gonna throw for some yards. He is need I say he's like the white Jameis?
Agreed.
Yeah. Or Jameis is black Flacco?
I'm confused though. Like, was Jameis hurt? Why didn't he play?
Because he kept throwing it to the other team.
I thought they liked him.
Yes, until he started throwing it to the other team too much. Like, here's what happens. Jameis will throw for 400. You fall in love with Jameis. The next game, he'll throw for 330, 3 tutties, and 2 picks. You know, I can deal with that. He's still throwing 330 and 3 picks. Then he'll throw for 120 and 4 picks.
Man.
Like, that, it's for the life of me. Like, Jameis is never going to have the 20 for 22 for 200 yards, which might be required to win a certain game. And that would be the equivalent to a 330-yard game. And I think that's where sometimes Flacco falls for that too, right? One of the things that people underestimate about Patrick Mahomes and about Brady and about a lot of these quarterbacks that are succeeding is that they'll go have a 15 to 20 night for 180 and their team wins by 10 points. And that was a good night because that was the game that needed to be played. You didn't need to throw for 330. You didn't need to force it down the field. And certain quarterbacks can't accept that. Not throwing for 300 looks like a bad game. And throw in there, you're trying to get a job. Flacco's not trying to get a job. So you know when he going in there, he's slinging it. He going out.
He's having fun.
Right, exactly. But Jameis is trying to get a starting job. So 20 of 25 for 180 he feels it doesn't help him.
Menu 631 says Gunslinger's going to sling.
Right.
Obviously the Giants fans upset because now the Patriots have the number 1 pick, which they don't need a quarterback. I don't know if either one of these quarterbacks is going to get them to move off of Drake May, but
if there's anything that we know about the Patriots, if it's still consistent, they'll trade that pick and trade down.
probably. So it puts them in the catbird seat of a good
but it
place
still
to
gives
trade.
you options. Those things give you options.
Gives you options. Could take Travis Hunter, could trade out, whatever. But Cam Ward obviously is not going to be picked in the top anymore because he didn't play in the Pop Tart Bowl in the second half.
Why can I just
Selfish.
Can I just
Selfish Cam Ward?
No, let me say this. That had the makings of a predetermined agreement.
Of course.
So before it even started, he says, Cam, you play the first half. We're going to put the young guy in for the second half. Give him some run. Okay? It's the Pop. Keep in mind, everybody's saying Cam couldn't play the second half of Pop Tart. But you know what? Next year, when Cam's not here, you're going to appreciate that whoever's the quarterback got an opportunity to play.
Do you know how lucky Pop Tart is that he decided to play a half of Pop Tart?
Right.
It's the Pop Tart Bowl.
Right. And people are like, this is why I get annoyed at fans, right? Because they were the same people saying, if Cam didn't play, we'd be fine with that. He's getting ready for the draft. He plays a half. Now they're complaining that he didn't play the whole game. Like you can't win with that. And I was like, when he didn't play the second half, I was like, well, because I missed my flight.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is, let me tell you, dude.
Am I as a gamble, dude?
So, anyway, I'll get to that later. But the fact that he played and the final score ended up being 41-42. By the way, at any point in time, in any of these games that Cam Ward was throwing for 1,000,000 yards, the defense, feel free to stop somebody.
One time, anytime.
One time, anytime. Pick a time. There was 42 points scored in the first quarter.
I'm just asking one time, can you guys just pick Cam Ward up and not give up against
Right.
Like he
So
basically he spotted you 3 touchdowns. You yacked all over yourself. He spots you 31 points. You're like, not enough.
Right. And
Like-
and the answers, the thing I'm hearing this week is Cam Ward should have played the whole game.
He should have either not played or he should have played the whole game. And people are mad because he passed some record. He passed Case Keenum's all Division I record of touchdown passes. And I'm like, are you Case Keenum? Who cares? Like, is Case Keenum gonna roll up like who was that dude at the trophy at the autograph ceremony to Brett? You hurt me, Cam.
Oh,
You hurt me.
Oh, Mark Gastineau?
Yeah, Gastineau showing up to Brett Favre. He's like, you hurt me, Brett. Like, am I going to see Case Keenum years from now in an autograph sign? Be like, why did you only play? Why did you only break my record by 1, Cam?
Here's the incredible thing about that. That for years when we talk about that, they're gonna say Cam Ward, Miami quarterback.
Yeah.
So
it has to be like. I really am honest. Like when I was seeing this all over Twitter, I'm thinking to myself, this has to just be people just either having a take. Just because you got to have a take or gambling. That's the only way anybody could legitimately be upset. Like, there's no Hurricanes fan who's mad about this. I've never seen a Hurricanes fan who's real. Like, the Hurricanes fans who travel to Orlando and shout out to them, they're like, we got to see Cam one more time. But, like, you cannot legitimately be a Hurricanes fan and be like, how could he not snap our bowl-ish streak? We didn't win the Golden Toaster.
Right.
No one's mad at Restrepo. I don't see people being mad at Restrepo.
But you know what happens in these moments, right? That other players see this nonsense and this BS, and they go, "I'm just not playing." Right?
Yeah.
And then
Of
what?
course.
And then what? Right? So, like,
I will say they better hit that transfer portal because Emory Williams did not look fantastic.
Oh my God!
Better get in that portal, Mario.
hey, wait. So think about this.
Quinn Ewers.
Let's think about this. What do you think people would have thought if Emery didn't play? And
Probably that he was a guy.
you went into next season.
Oh, I went in blind.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
But I'll tell you.
So maybe the best thing that the Canes did and the coaching staff did was get him ready to see where he was. And you'll thank him later when they figured it out, right?
I will say though, I felt like Mario's answer, like this dude never misses an opportunity to make more of a controversy in a press conference.
What did he say? I don't even know what he said.
Because he was like, "Oh, I keep all of that stuff private," and just be like, "This was my. What are you guys upset about? This was my plan, dum dums."
Clearly,
he never misses an opportunity just to either like make something more or make a mountain out of a molehill. Like, dude, get up to the podium, tell people this was our plan the whole time. Have your quarterbacks back. He's the only reason you guys were relevant this year. You guys still, I mean, you hired a defensive coordinator who basically went out there with a charcuterie board of Swiss cheese, and you ruined his season, basically. Can you do him a favor and just get the jackals off his back? But no, you need to do this stupid wink. Like, you got him?
Well, I think all meetings with players and decisions like that, we make them in private and we keep them in private, so I'll defer not to answering questions as it relates to that. But I know he played his best while he was in there, and certainly Emery tried his best as well. Like Jalen said, we were rushing the ball really, really well, and just came up short.
Bro, just say that was the plan.
Yeah. Look,
that was the plan.
And here's the deal. Coaches try to figure out what the outcome is going to be with their answer, and they try to answer so there's nobody would have been upset if you said, hey, Cam wanted to play. We figured let's play him the first half and give Emery some run in a big game situation so we can see what's going on there, right? There is nothing wrong with that. Now, it's easy to say and question his answer after the fact. But when Cam didn't play the second half, when he didn't come out the second half, I'm like, oh, they must have planned he's just going to play the first half. Right? I don't know why people were making it sound like Cam said, I'm not playing anymore. Stop it.
How dare you show up for a record and then sit? It's like, hey, you want to know something, dude? How about this? Do me a favor. Call 1-888, admit it on that, because very clearly what you did was gamble on the Pop Tart Bowl, which is stupid, and you lost money. And just say that's why you're mad. Admit it. I'll at least give you props. If you say to me, because I have people like, I'm blasting anybody who's hating on Cam Ward on Twitter, and people are like, you P word, you mother bleeper, you don't know what it is. I'm like, no. Just admit to me now. How much money did you lose on the Pop Tart Bowl?
I got one better for you, right? Saquon Barkley needs X amount of yards to break the record, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much you want to bet he tries to break that record, and the second he gets it, they shut him down? Right.
No problem.
What is that?
No problem with it.
Okay.
The record's the record. The record's the record. If Case Keenum wants to walk up to him one day and be like, hey, Cam, thanks for not breaking my record by 7.
Right.
Because that's what would have happened if he played.
Right. Who might still be playing football. Case Keenum played football for a god-awful long time in the NFL.
Yeah.
I
think wasn't he going to be a Dolphin this year? Like for a second, wasn't he on the practice squad, but he was hurt? I think he was. Anyway, take a break. More to come here on the show, including Tyler Herro getting in the Houston Rockets' heads last night. Woo-hoo! Back after this. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you. Leroy, can you get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm, your accidentattorney.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call it 866-954-MORE.
It is rather warm. It's got to be almost 80 degrees. Mostly cloudy. Winds are coming out of, hard to tell, but I'm going to guess it's coming somewhere out of the south with the warm winds. Southeast. And the winds are hardly blowing. So I'd say right around 5 miles an hour.
Froggy, how do you do?
He is correct. Winds are at 6 miles per hour southeast. It is currently 81 degrees, partly cloudy, increasing clouds with periods of showers this afternoon. Quick look at your New Year's
Eve.
Day.
No, New Year's Eve. Because that's when we blow stuff up.
New Year's Eve, you're gonna have a nice time blowing things up. It will be a modest low of 64. New Year's Day, it sneaks into the 50s and will be like that for a couple days to start the new year. So
okay, so the winds are going to start turning and coming out of the north.
Correct.
And it should be clearing out once this front goes through.
Says, well, we're going to be getting winds out the west for tomorrow. How will that affect my fireworks, Leroy?
Careful.
How will it affect your fireworks?
Yeah, winds out the west.
Should be okay.
Just throw some grass up there, dude.
That's it.
You'll feel no twitch.
I put a big piece of wood and I do it in my front yard. It's like doing it at the park, baby.
Are you you know, Frog Boy sent you down a path last year of buying a lot of fireworks.
Hey,
Are you doing
let me tell you something. You weren't here. You weren't here. Me and Frog Boy, every break, plotted our course. We say, "Ooh, I'm gonna get one of those." Then when you get to the place, you can scan the barcode, and it shows you what the fireworks do.
Wow.
Now here's the kicker, though, and here's how to get you.
Like it gives you a demonstration. Like, that's cool.
So, but a lot of them have different names, but they're in the same grouping of buy one get one. And they do the same stuff, but they got different names. You know, it's like whether you want to get Hyundai or Kia, same company.
Whoa. We don't know that.
Yeah, it is.
Depending on what week it is.
Depends on what the headlines
it's
are.
It's like Toyota and was it Toyota and Lexus?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same company. Yesterday, the Miami Heat probably got their best win of the season. Beat the Houston Rockets, one of the best teams in the West, on the road, second night of a back-to-back. Tyler Herro continues his all-star campaign. He was awesome. And Nico probably had his best game of the season.
Come on.
Onions three-pointer yesterday put the dagger in the Rockets, which then made the Rockets completely melt down.
Very angry.
Because they get called for a 5-second violation. Fred VanVleet bumps a referee.
Yeah.
But the referees are sensitive.
Second time he's done this, though.
You know what? Fair. But the referee, he got the bump, gave him the heave-ho. All right? And then, getting set to go back in, Tyler Herro and Amen Thompson get into a little bit of a, in their own personal space.
Yeah.
And then Amen Thompson grabs Tyler Herro and hip tosses him like it's a judo match.
Yeah.
And all hell breaks loose.
That was holding, by the way.
Scary Terry comes in and he goes Superman punch right on Amen Thompson while also while punching Jalen Green right in the nuts.
Yep.
Nico's ready to fight.
Yeah. Always.
Everything's going crazy. Nico loves to scrap. He's already been suspended once. He might be suspended again. We have to check. We have to see. Do you have the call last night from Jason Jackson?
Oh boy, this is now look. I didn't see any of the game because I couldn't get it on my phone because I wasn't local. But
have you seen the video of it yet?
No, I haven't seen
it. I gotta send you the video.
I didn't know what the hell happened.
Oh, I gotta send you the video.
You gotta see the video. For
Tyler
sure.
Herro gets sent for a ride.
Very aggressive for a man named Amen. I don't think he personally should be the one starting conflicts. Especially
Apparently, he's got a bit of a temper. You know, he hasn't been in the league very long. I think this is his second year.
Well, he's about to be out of the league when I'm done with him.
I'm gonna send Leroy the video, but play Jason Jackson's call of it.
Sure.
And now we got to fight. Oh, Lord. Somebody slammed Tyler, and we got people are throwing stuff out of the stands. I'm almost positive that was Thompson who came in, and now Nico, somebody get Nico. You know he always wants to go. What in the world started that mess? Now, who's Ime want? Ime Adoka wants to fight somebody?
Always.
And I need to see the whole thing.
I got these grow up.
And I haven't seen it yet. All I know, I saw Tyler fly to the floor like it was a WWE event, which is happening, I believe, tonight back in Miami. And it was Thompson, as I noted, just took Tyler down. Now, they might have been in a discussion.
Hey, you see Nico went for the other intangible.
But young people, that's never the answer.
Look at this. Wow.
At each other, pushing up, and then Thompson just decided he had heard enough and pulled Tyler down to the hardwood in a takedown.
After review, it has been determined that for Houston, Thompson has been ejected, as well as Green, as well as Coach Udoka, as well as Coach Sullivan. Miami, both Herro and Rozier will be ejected. Miami will shoot 2 free throws, and they will begin play with Miami on the sideline. Okay, let's go.
Wait, question.
That's the first okay I think I've ever heard on the.
Why did Tyler get ejected?
Thank you, Mark.
I think the reason that he got ejected, honestly, Leroy, they were worried somebody was going to throw something at him. I think they just wanted to get him off the floor. If I had to guess, because I think he was peacocking. There's a great picture of Jimmy Butler put it on his Instagram. Do you have that, JFig? Because Jimmy Butler put this photo of Tyler Herro who's shouting, and there's Houston police right there, so it makes Tyler Herro look like look at this, Leroy. Look at this photo JFig just put up on our screen. Leroy, look at this photo JFig put on our screen. It looks like like he's in the middle of a riot. Houston police stopping Tyler Herro. We got to sell that shirt at the Heat store. All right, somebody get Michael McCullough on the line. Hey, Michael, you like money? Sell that T-shirt. Tyler Herro with the Houston police there.
I need the angle of Rozier just punching Jimmy.
I mean, it didn't take long for him to get. I'm like, wow.
Terry Rozier. Let me tell you something. Terry Rozier, I was very mad at in that game.
Give that man the football. He might be able to get 4th and 1.
Oh, he could sneak. But Terry Rozier, legitimately, Leroy, one of the worst halves of basketball I've ever seen. He was terrible and nearly sinking the Heat's chances. But you want to know something about Terry Rozier?
Yeah.
He's a real one.
Stood on business, baby.
Business, dude.
Come on.
Wow.
Didn't even think, dude. Because, Haywood Highsmith kind of ran over there and was like, oh, what are we doing?
You know, Bam's like, come on, guys.
Oh,
don't do
Bam.
this.
Loverboy was like, please,
No, that's a little too strong. He was just trying to make sure conflict was not there. He doesn't like fights. He doesn't
Don't
like
even
fights.
get me started on the fact that we know what would have happened if what's his face would have been.
Oh, Jimmy?
What's his face would have been that point.
Oh, get out of here. Hey, why are you being a bastard?
Happy birthday, dude.
Achilles is torn.
Yeah, well, this was his birthday gift, avoiding having to embarrass himself.
No, and the one guy they're lucky it wasn't there was Jimmy, because Jimmy would have he would have taken that to a next level.
Yeah, I'd say Jimmy, Dexter Pittman, and potentially who's machine gun thrower again? Or a massage gun thrower again?
Oh, that was Deadman.
Oh yeah, those are 3 guys. You're lucky they weren't there. But
JFix says she wants that Tyler Herro shirt. Hey,
Hey,
I'm telling Michael McCullough.
I tell you what.
You want shirts flying off the shelf out of the Heat store?
Hey,
you make that Tyler Herro shirt.
Terry Rozier didn't talk.
Nope.
He didn't chit chat. He didn't jaw. Soon as Tyler hit the ground,
TNT.
yeah, it's my boy.
But wait, you can't what did you think was gonna happen when you throw somebody to the ground?
That was crazy.
I
haven't seen
that could have been worse.
First of all, he was already grabbing him by the shirt.
He's like, man, grabbing him by the shirt. That's a hockey move right there.
That was.
You never want to get the if they get the leverage on your shirt.
Marcos, that wouldn't have been holding. Had his hands inside.
Inside, inside.
Good form.
Yeah,
No, that's right.
inside.
No, listen, objectively, it was a great hip toss. Good form.
Yeah.
Tyler, I mean, you could have messed up Tyler's shoulder because
Yeah, his
Yeah.
face, his shoulder, like he didn't have time to even put his.
No,
hands
but
in-
Tyler did the judo roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler, you have him after the game. Tyler Herro has his response after the game to the angry Rockets.
Just a physical game. Guess that's what happens when someone's scoring, throwing dimes, doing the whole thing. So I get mad too.
I would hate me too.
I would hate me. Oh man, when did they play again? When is this game again?
That's good. Now we got a little rivalry going on.
Does this just out of questions? It seems like things have cooled after a crazy Jimmy Butler week. However, if Jimmy Butler were to be traded to the Rockets, there was a lot of Amen Thompson talk as part of the package.
No.
Wow. All right.
Next time they face off.
But hey, listen, he's right. That dude, those rockets, they were throwing 3 rockets at Tyler Herro. And then when that didn't work, they threw 4 rockets at
How many
Tyler
did he
Herro.
end up scoring?
27.
Okay.
March 21st in Miami.
Oh no, we know it's in Miami.
Yeah, 27-9 yesterday. Killing it. He had a road trip where he had a buzzer beater or near buzzer beater.
Yeah.
And then 2 near triple doubles. I mean, they lost to the Hawks, but I mean, it wasn't like a blowout. And he was great in that game too.
I got to watch 2 games and 2 losses because I was sitting at the airport. Yeah. That's what happens when you miss your flight.
Poor thing.
You have to spend 6 hours in the airport that you live 35 minutes from.
Did you like Khalil Ware's game yesterday? Did you get to see that? Probably his best game.
No, I didn't.
Oh, dude. Hey, Leroy.
I knew I knew he was playing well because I got the message. Spo, respectfully.
Respectfully.
So I said, uh-oh.
Dude, he had a crazy end of the third quarter. And man, my favorite lineup now is Khalil and Nico playing together. Nico yesterday, I mean, just big head of steam. Because you know what? He kind of stunk up the joint against the Hawks.
Yeah.
Big bounce back. He kind of stunk up the joint against the Hawks, and he had a lot of bad fouls. Not this game. Probably his best game. He was awesome.
Flirted with the triple double.
I love him. I'm so proud of you, Nico. We'll take a break. Leroy's game balls and game bums are next. Guys, a ball! Oh! It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for our last game balls and game bums of the year.
Wow.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. I don't have another Monday show, dude.
That's
game
right.
Yeah.
Of the year. All right, I got it.
Leroy, try not to make like Mike McDaniel and give out 11 of them. What do you got for game balls and game bums?
Well, my game ball is going to go to all the Dolphins. Tua wasn't playing.
You
literally
gave out 3 game balls.
Let me pick. I'm gonna give it here. I'm gonna give it to Huntley.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
You know, it's been a while since somebody other than Tua won a football game, right? So to see him go in there and do what we had to do to win, that was good to see. So I'm gonna give it to him. So since I only have to give it to one person,
that was good.
My game bum goes to all you jackasses that have anything negative to say about Cam Ward.
I agree, Leroy.
All these people sitting out games. He was a Heisman Trophy finalist and he played. You should be grateful. Wow. And I appreciate the fact that he played for whatever reason. If he wanted to just play to get the record, so be it.
Yeah. Tough.
I mean, think about this. One of the Bosa sat out the whole damn year because he got hurt in preseason.
Yep.
So, come on, man. Like, stop with that. So, that's my game bump. And it's more than one person because a lot of people saying that dumb stuff.
I'll tell you who you did. Your boy Zach Gelb.
Oh, Gelby said
really?
Mm-hmm.
Let me
but
get
how
on
could
him.
you really like?
No. I got him. I'm gonna get him.
Let me get you the tweet. Let me get you the tweet.
How could you really feel that way though? Like if you really, because I saw Canes fans that like
I didn't even like his argument. Like it was like he's mad about a Case Keenum record that I guarantee he didn't know about.
Case Keenum. Get out of here.
Here's what he said. He said, "Don't want to play in the bowl game? Fine. But opt out before the game. Don't opt out during the game because you only cared about breaking a record."
Why not? Shut up, dude. Like, why not? Literally, it's the best quarterback record you can have. Most touchdowns, right?
Most touchdowns in D1.
Come on.
Which, by the way, like
Case Keenum.
I didn't even know he was going for a record. Who cares? I didn't know that until the broadcast they said that. But it's not like he broke the record. Like he threw 3 touchdowns in the half.
Yeah.
Like
think about this. Okay. If he never plays another down of football, and there's no guarantee he's going to be a 10-year starter in the NFL, right? Wouldn't it be something to say when your career's over, you threw the most touchdowns in college football history?
Of course.
Right.
Of course. But Dad, did you finish the Pop Tart Bowl? No, son.
Bum. Where's your competitive spirit? What about Case Keenum?
Case Keenum played all the games. Jesus. Like the entire thing is meant to sell you pastries. The sidelines had sprinkles. And you want me to care that Cam Ward didn't play all of that game. You get to choose which mascot you eat afterwards. Who cares? And if you are some wackadoo Canes fan who's like, what about our bowl streak? Dude, you don't want that bowl win. Trust me.
Oh, who cares?
The
so let me ask you this.
I'd be mad at Lance Guidry. How about that? How about you coach somebody that had 3 weeks off? You couldn't stop anybody?
The thing that's crazy about this is that there were other players in that game who didn't play, and you have a bigger problem with the person who played a half.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
There's a guy who transferred before the game even started.
Right. Transfer portaled. He didn't have 3 of his top receivers in that game.
Crazy, dude. And still threw 3 touchdowns.
Emory Williams.
And you know what though? I'm 100% on board with playing Emory in the second half because from what I saw, I now know 100% he is not that guy. He is not.
Or he needs a lot of work to be that guy.
Too much work.
Maybe too much work.
More work than I want to do. I don't want that, dude. Cam Ward came in yelling at Shedeur Sanders in the offseason because he was drinking water. That's what I want. Find that guy.
Did Shedeur Sanders tank his game so he didn't get drafted by the Giants?
Wow, he has Giants custom cleats already.
Is that a troll job, though, to throw the scent off?
I don't know what's going
It's
on.
like, if somebody's going to the Giants, it's going to be you, Cam Ward. I'm not going to that team.
Crazy.
All right. We'll take a break. That's Game Balls and Game Bums.
I have a response.
What did he say?
From Gelby?
What did Gelby have to say?
I didn't even rip him. I said, won't impact draft stock. Love him. But either play or in game or don't. Mario's, and he did say this, we agree on this. Mario also could have explained it better if there was an actual plan.
Your tweet is your tweet.
He's walking it back, dude. Ask him where'd he learn a moonwalk.
Take a break. Get back into the Dolphins, their win, and the playoff scenarios going into this weekend. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Let's get the headlines, you rascals. Brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia. Choose from over 500 new Kia models in inventory, like the Sportage, Sorrento, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. Dolphins, their playoff hopes are alive. They beat the Cleveland Browns 20-3. Leroy was boots on the ground in Cleveland.
And
was there anybody a surprise that you got to see? Was you like, oh, I didn't recognize Vinny Testaverde. He was here.
No, not really. I hung out
You
with
went to dinner with Bernie though?
No, because I got in at 12.
Oh, so you only saw him at the game.
Right. I hung out with Eric Metcalf.
Still talking trash?
Oh my God. Somebody said, why are you wearing Michigan? I said, as much as I would love to troll all of Ohio wearing Michigan colors, these are not Michigan colors. The blue is too light and it's yellow. It's not maize. I said, but I'm hanging out with Eric. And you best believe I'm not wearing my Michigan stuff around him after what I went through on that ride home.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like,
Business.
But they don't give me a hard. They won't give me a hard time for wearing my Michigan colors there.
I'm aware. You think you're the only guy who gets the pass I would think of.
Yep.
It's definitely not Braylon Edwards. So here's the Dolphins scenarios for those who have been unaware, but the Dolphins are alive in the playoffs. They need the Broncos to lose to the Chiefs, and the Dolphins need to beat the Jets. Oh, Leroy, how great was that Aaron Rodgers performance yesterday?
Listen.
Wow.
Here's what I would say. I told y'all this.
That's fair.
Told you.
That's fair.
I told you. And everybody got mad at me. Right? Everybody compete for a division. That's what they were saying before the season.
Worse with him than with Tim Boyle and Zach Wilson.
They go, we were 7-10 last year with no quarterbacking. So what do you call that you got now? Spend $50 million.
Incredible. By the way, how happy are they that they restructured Deshaun Watson's contract and keeping him around longer?
They restructured it?
Yeah. Yeah, they restructured it over the weekend.
So they stretched the money out?
I guess so. You know, they did all that cap jiu-jitsu stuff.
Well, they could stretch it out.
But it basically means he's going to be their quarterback next year. I think some people are like, "Oh, are they going to bite the bullet?"
No, it don't.
I think it does, dude.
Because here's the deal. Think about it now. You could restructure, you can stretch it out, you can do whatever. You were going to pay that money regardless. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you can stretch it out and soften the blow, then you can go out and draft a quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers yesterday, 12 of 18, 112 yards, 2 picks, sacked for a safety, unnecessary roughness penalty.
Can I just tell you, the sack for me would have been the glorious part.
The safety?
The safety. Mr. Quick Release. Mr. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what was the interception? I just saw it now. Gregory Rousseau tips it. Jordan Phillips picks it. And I'm just looking at these two Miami links and just seeing them thrive. Wow,
here's what I would say. It's not the fact that people thought Aaron Rodgers was going to continue to be Aaron Rodgers, right? But the fact that you guys were giddy, 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers is back from a torn Achilles. We back, baby. Have you seen all the Achilles tears on old people, what they look like right now? One, is playing the worst football of his career, and career might be over. And 2, another team that gave a whole bunch of guaranteed money, right? He ain't even playing no more.
The Jets are expected to interview Rex Ryan for their job, for their head coach.
I got to tell you what. Guess who Rex Ryan don't like?
Aaron Rodgers hates him.
Right. Because it's the antics. Coaches
Well, did
don't
you
like
see-
it, the antics.
Apparently, Garrett Wilson, who's obviously very talented. The word is if Aaron Rodgers is back, he wants out. He's like, trade me.
Damn.
Trade me. Just trade me. I'm done.
Well, what do you think happens with Devontae Adams?
I imagine he stays because Devontae Adams loves Aaron Rodgers.
No, I'm saying regardless of Aaron Rodgers, do you think actually Devontae Adams solely depends on whether or not Aaron Rodgers stays?
I don't think solely. I mean, I don't know what their plan. Who knows what their plan is?
Can I just say this?
Yes, sir.
He signed.
True.
He got traded from the black and gold to the green and white of the same organization. They just changed colors.
He just changed camouflage of bum.
Right. That's my
Great.
guy. That's my guy. Cheese. That's my guy. Okay.
Go on, Mac.
You have Devontae Adams come
And
on the
here's
show.
what sucks.
Punting.
Here's what sucks. Is that between Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, they sold you this bill of goods. But here's what the Jets didn't do. Fortify that offensive line.
Oof.
Right? Made the terrible assumption that that defense was going to be the same every year, which it hasn't been. And Aaron Rodgers was going to save you. Not even Aaron Rodgers could save the Jets. In fact, you have ruined what we think of Aaron Rodgers.
I agree with that.
So, like, Aaron Rodgers, as kooky as he's been in the past with some of the things he said, you could always say, dude is great. I'll tolerate it. But guess what? That ship has sailed.
So the Dolphins this weekend, they'll play at 4:25 against the New York Jets. Same time as Chiefs and Broncos.
You know they do that purposely, right?
Yeah. It's like the soccer thing. You don't want nobody get a jump on it. They will know whether they'll. I guess we'll know about the Bengals because all the AFC North plays the day beforehand, so we'll know if the Bengals have a chance to get in.
If the
If
Bengals
both teams
lose, then all the Dolphins have to do is win?
The Bengals don't matter to the Dolphins.
Okay.
The Bengals are dependent on the Dolphins losing. They need the Dolphins and the Broncos to lose.
Okay.
And they need to win. That gets the Bengals in.
The Bengals aren't winning.
Who are they playing? They're playing the Steelers?
Steelers. Yeah.
Steelers locked everything up. They the Bengals are playing great.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Joe Burrow is playing great.
Okay.
Joe Burrow is playing fantastic.
Okay.
T. Higgins and Joe Burrow.
I think there's a chance though that I don't know what the tiebreaker is. I guess
The tiebreaker's conference record, which is why the Dolphins have the three-way. So they have the tiebreaker over all of these teams if they all finish 9-8. So the Dolphins' conference record would be, I think, 7-5, and the best these guys can do is 6-6.
who would have thought after
That the Dolphins have a tiebreaker?
at the season that we've had, Dolphins own a tie.
Well,
The
because
Dolphins have the
keep in
tiebreaker.
mind, at what point they were all 3-6. So you never thought that you would be worried about a tiebreaker with three teams that are 3-6.
Well, I mean, dude, that overtime game, first of all, is crazy. I mean, the Bengals, you're like, all right, why are you scoring the touchdown? And then like they had the whole injury thing, so the clock had to stop. They're like, all right, touchdown. But you're like, all right, what are the odds the Broncos are going to get down? That was the craziest catch. I was like, whoa. What was that dude's name? Mims?
Yeah, we'll never hear it again.
Dude,
But
that was insane, that play.
Marvin Mims or something like that.
Oh, that's dude. This is why I'm hot.
Marvin
Mims.
That play was crazy. So
Tobin has no idea what we're talking about.
no.
Oh, well, this is Tobin used to get down to this is why I'm hot.
Yep.
Doom, 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 doom. So you gotta find it and play it in a rejoin.
So anyway, the Broncos, they lose in overtime. They only needed a tie couldn't get it. So the Bengals are in position, but obviously what everybody's waiting for, because the Chiefs have everything locked up. They're 15-1. They don't have to play anybody. They're the 1 seed. However, the one man who's beaten Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs is Joe Burrow. And so, like, do you let the Broncos in? You can take on the Broncos.
So
but like,
what if all 3 teams lose?
Then the Broncos are in.
Okay.
The Broncos have the 9-7 record right now. Dolphins are 8-8, and the
okay, right.
So everybody has to catch the Broncos record, but the Dolphins would have the tiebreak regardless. Either
so the Broncos win and they're in. Simple as
Broncos win and they're in.
All right.
They Broncos win and they're in. And I think even if they tie, they're in.
Yep, because 9-7-1 beats
8-9
or 9-8.
So yeah, I think
they get that 1 point for the tie.
But if there's any possibility of just keeping the Bengals knocked out,
can I just tell you, this has the makings of one of those patented Kansas City Chief 14-10 games.
That's that's what they do.
Either way, which is going to be nerve-wracking.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're not. It's safe to say the Kansas City Chiefs will not get blown out.
And then, of course, I mean, the Dolphins have to go beat the Jets, who they were kind of in a dogfight with a couple weeks ago.
That's football.
So
that's football. Like, I'm not like.
I will say though, Leroy, if the Broncos do lose and the Dolphins lose to the Jets and the Bengals get in, people are gonna be mad.
Yeah, they were already mad.
That's fair. But
like,
more mad.
You're already 3 weeks ago. You were talking about the season.
I thought it was over.
Fire everybody.
I thought it was over.
What are you gonna feel any different if they make the playoffs? Like, it's a crazy thing that you have predetermined how you're gonna feel before the season's over with, and now that they have a chance.
Well,
right?
I think the only way everybody can get the stink off of them, the only way, I don't make the rules. This is just what they are. You got to upset the Bills. That's the only way. If you beat the Bills in the first round, everybody gets a pass.
Wow.
If you break 25 years of misery, everybody gets a pass. But if you get and no pride game.
Wait.
If you get your teeth kicked in by the Bills for a third time.
You don't think it's the fact that they fought back from, what were they, 3-7?
2-6.
No, not
2-6. 2-6 to still make the playoffs. That don't matter?
Nope. I think McDaniel's safe. I think everybody.
I don't mean safe. I mean, does that not make you feel good about your team?
I don't know. Does it make you feel good, Marcos?
No.
Is Tua the quarterback? Is Tua getting the wins, or does it matter?
But I'm just like, I don't like what this team has shown.
Mm-hmm.
Even with how they talk, they're showing some stones right now.
They are showing stones.
And if they able to get to 9-8 and make the playoffs after, like, come on, dude, we did the shows.
This guy just said his hip hurts.
Huh?
You're not showing stones if your starting quarterback may sit out because his little hip hurts.
Dude, I want to come and hit your hip and see you hop around, Froggy. Right?
It's in my element.
So,
I mean, how many doctors do you think Tua's lying to this weekend?
Oh yeah, I'm
but you know what I'm saying? Like, is there nothing that would make you feel good about what I'm trying to do? Is this stop moving the bar? Like, the season didn't go like you planned.
I'm not moving the bar. They're moving the bar. I had my bar.
Wait, the season didn't go how you planned.
Technically, my bar would remain the same.
Right.
Okay, they are moving the bar.
Yeah, but the season, the way it played out, would make this an
Sounds like you're moving the bar. My bar never changed.
Not moving the bar. I've always said, Tobin, you know me. I have always said, right? You got to let the season play out. Every season is different. How you get there, how you accomplish things, or whatever.
That would mean you're moving the bar.
I
never moved the bar. My bars remain the same.
the way this season has gone, the only way you can consider it a good season is if they beat the Bills in the playoffs.
Yep.
So if they go 9-8 and don't make the playoffs,
no, not a good season.
Bad season.
but they
Not a
could
good
go
season.
9-8 and make the playoffs, and it has nothing to do with them.
Better, but
But it has
Better,
nothing
but
to do with
not,
them. Like
but not what I
9-8
wanted.
is 9-8.
It's like Toby Keith said.
Oh,
I
no.
love this par.
But do you like? I don't. I guess it's just me, right? I just know that seasons play out in a weird and crazy way,
Mhm.
and the fact that this team didn't fold up shop and we're still able, if they're able to go 9-8. I know you need help, but if you don't get that
I
help,
think it would show a lot for Mike McDaniel, who I'm not in favor of firing. However, there were still things that, they should have probably been better prepared for, i.e. Tua's durability. The fact that they couldn't get through a 4-game stretch against bad teams and couldn't put a competent game together with the quarterback that they chose and Skylar Thompson. Like, there's going to be a lot of regret on the season. If they finish 9-8 and then they lose to the Bills again, the whole point of this season was, where are you in comparison to the team that's dominated the division?
right?
So even though, yes, it'll show pride, you guys didn't fold up shop. Good for you. You didn't Jets it up. However, in the real scheme of things, where are you? That's what we need to know.
All right.
So I haven't moved the bar. My bar has stayed the same.
So you're basically telling me,
but I'm rooting for it.
that if
Listen,
they go 9-8, you would have been. And
Well, I'll tell
felt
you this.
no different if they would have went 6-11.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Because I'm not one of these people who want, like, I know you ran into fans like, I don't even want to go to the playoffs. I want the Dolphins to go to the playoffs. I want that smoke. All right. I want them, even just
Anything's possible if you get in.
Of course. Of course. What did I say?
Of Christ.
Anyway.
Amen
Thompson. Of course I want to get in. No doubt. I want to get in. I think that shows something, but it's not a success.
Listen, yikes, man.
Yes.
I would think, listen, there's different levels of this. I would say before the season, winning a playoff game, right?
Mm-hmm.
We will always say that would have been a successful season.
Right.
Then you go 2-6. Now you're thinking, if we just get there and not be 5-12 or 6-11,
mm-hmm.
then that would be somewhat of an accomplishment. Not what the accomplishments you set for the team before the season, but as the season played out, to fight, scratch, and claw to get into the playoffs. That is an accomplishment in itself. So it's like here, think about this.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think that the 11-31 team, when they flipped the script and went to second half,
yeah,
even though they didn't make the playoffs, based on how they started, was that not an accomplishment?
It was an accomplishment.
You see what I mean?
In
Like
hindsight, I mean, you paid Deion Waiters a 4-year
but no. Stop. You know what I'm saying?
We kind of got blinded by. We got blind in a lot of ways. The Heat got blinded in that season. They fell in love with something that they should have just kind of been like, hey, this was a nice fling.
That was the start of run it back.
It wasn't the starter.
Still an accomplishment in itself.
It was an accomplishment. It was an accomplishment,
And
but it's not.
That's what I'm saying about this season.
Not the standard. It's not the standard.
Okay, right. They don't have a standard yet.
We had expectations, though.
I did have expectations.
Expectations are different now than they were then, based on how the season played out.
I would say making the playoffs after starting that, mild goosies.
Right, but that's all I'm saying. You can still, if look, if they make the playoffs and then get blown out in the first round, you can at least at the end say they fought like hell to get there. It's unfortunate, and I'm gonna feel like crap if that happens, right?
It's cute.
Right. That's how you're gonna look at it. So like, yeah, man. I just think that
But if we beat
sometimes
Oh, they beat Buffalo, but it's ridiculous. Like saying the Dolphins are going to beat Buffalo is like
then why are
saying,
you saying it's
saying the Dolphins
wait a
beat
minute.
Buffalo. It's
Dude,
like saying
Marco,
Martians are going to
do you
just
understand my
walk into the
quandary
studio
here?
with-
Do you understand the difficulties I'm having with this conversation? Right?
Yes.
The man's like, you got to beat Buffalo in the playoffs. And then you followed up by saying the Dolphins
I mean, like, because it would be so unexpected. Like the Dolphins should be 100-point underdogs against Buffalo.
Wait, but you,
With Tua or without Tua.
wait, but you understand what you're saying and what your expectations are.
It's tough. I'm sorry.
But how can your expectations be farther away from what you actually think is going to happen?
My expectations coming into this year was okay. That's why I said week 2 was a statement game. Statement was made.
Look, the Panthers and the Heat did the same thing a few years ago. Snuck into the playoffs, and we're like, all right, you made it to the playoffs, you scrapped. And then they made it to the championship, and we're like, now that's a good season, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with these Dolphins, man. They get eliminated in the first round. It's like, yeah, all right, well, we made it. That's cool. Whatever, I guess. We expected better, but whatever. But if we get past Buffalo,
You would essentially like it is though. It's like you need a Jimmy Butler 56 to knock off Giannis and the Bucks.
Wow.
That's how unexpected it would be. And it was that's how crazy it would be to beat the Bills. And like if you're telling me that 17 is going to be out there,
if you get there and you have a chance, that's all you can ask for. Anything can happen. Sports gonna happen.
if he gets kidnapped, if Josh Allen is held for ransom,
is that possible? Is that on the? He's a big guy.
He'd probably just break out of the chains.
I don't understand. It'll be let's review. Let's see how my first day back with Tobin in a week and some change has. Here's where we are right now. We started a conversation by saying, if they don't get to the playoffs and beat Buffalo, then it's a disappointment, right? Follow it up. 2 minutes later, you probably was on the same damn breath when you said, there's no way in hell they're beating Buffalo.
Oh, there's no shot.
Right? So here's the thing. The difference between you and me is, as long as football is going football, I'm never going to say there's no chance. I'm not. Because guess what? The Jets have absolutely no reason to win this game. But you're feeling a little nervous.
I'm not feeling nervous about this game at all, to be honest with you. I probably should be, but I'm not feeling nervous.
I'm a little.
So now
Aaron Rodgers.
While Coyote is trying new sports, everybody. While Coyote is trying new sports.
I'm not trying new sports. I'm
Yes,
telling you,
you
I just don't feel
Yes, you
any
are.
nervousness about taking on the Jets.
Look, you just walked out of the OK Saloon. I ain't afraid of you.
I'm not. The Bills, terrified.
Okay, but didn't you say if they don't beat the Bills, it's not a successful season?
No, it's not a successful season.
No.
But you have no. So you basically, in here, let me bring it back. When they were 2-6, all the stuff that everybody was saying. Now, you're saying that now without even giving the team a chance.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're saying no matter what happens, in your eyes, they can't have a successful season. You're saying that right now.
Probably not.
Probably not. Very unlikely.
Okay.
Very unlikely. No one's getting fired in my eyes, but you didn't succeed.
Well,
You know?
there's only one team that succeeds.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not true.
Yeah,
if you won a playoff game, that's a success.
Oh, really? So all the teams that win a playoff game. Because I
No,
got to
the
tell you,
Dolphins.
if
No, a
Kansas
team
City
that
wins
hasn't
one
won a
playoff
playoff
game and lose, they're not going to feel like it has a successful season.
No.
If Detroit wins a playoff game and then loses, they're not gonna.
You're being a word bender right now.
What?
And I don't appreciate it. What I said.
Wait, no. The hell does that even mean?
You're a bender of words. That's not what I said. I said specifically for this franchise, the Dolphins, they haven't won a playoff game in 25 years.
But I am telling you, I'm telling you this year, the way this season has gone, success is going to be different this year than the other 24 years.
No.
Really?
No.
Based on we were talking about Shedeur Sanders and
dude, I don't care how they got there. The season ends the season. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it was like the last year when they were, because they had this exact scenario. They finished 9-8 with Skylar Thompson. And so it doesn't matter if you started out 6-2 and ended 9-8, or you started 2-6 and ended 9-8. Can you beat the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs or anybody in the playoffs? It just so happened you put yourself yet again in position to play the Buffalo Bills on the road. So if they're able to do it, success. If you're not, props for guts, no success.
Props for guts, no success.
There you go.
Dude, I got to tell you.
Good.
Wow.
Does anybody... Hold on. Let me just get this straight.
No.
No. Hold on.
No, I'm not asking a whole bunch of more U's. No. What are you talking about? Do you understand? We are getting ready to go down a rabbit hole that Leroy cannot win because everybody's going to be like you.
Hold on. I'm going to do this.
You know that. This is why he says let's open up the phones. Because he knows everybody. You're a fan. Everybody's going to think like you.
I'm only going to ask for this. Only call in right now if you agree with Leroy. 305-567-0560.
No. Let's get the specifics out.
If you agree with Leroy that the Dolphins simply making the playoffs is a successful season.
Based on how the season went.
Fine.
Okay.
305-567-0560. I only want people agreeing with Leroy that the Dolphins, based on their season, that you agree them making the playoffs is a successful season. 305-567-0560. Back after this.
I flew in from Cleveland, lost my car, still got on there before Jim.
You know what? You were 2 segments late. Don't get sassy with me.
Wow. All right. I'm going to do this. All right. So these are only callers that agree with Leroy, is what you told me?
No, hell no. They're not. Listen, I see the names.
No matter what, they're gonna call in and say what they're gonna say.
Right.
Let's see. Let's see. Does so Leroy's point is the Dolphin season is a success if they make the playoffs, regardless, because they started 2-6.
Yeah.
Let's see. Brian, do you agree with Leroy?
Yes, sir. Hey, good afternoon, guys.
Hello.
What's up?
So I know, right? We're stuck in the Dolphins purgatory of eternal 500. I get it. But with that point, it's like you guys made a good point. Also, it's like, oh, we started 6-2, ended up, 9-8. Yeah, that was a sour taste, right? Because we started off so hot.
Right.
But I think starting at 2-6 and everything. I mean, we also learned a lot, I think, this season too, right? Like, I think there was a lot of good things that happened that came from this season. Being 2-6, like, we could have been the Colts yesterday, right? I don't know if you guys, the Colts just completely flatlined with their Flacco, with their backup quarterback. And it's like, okay, I mean, there's a little good when it comes to it. We're one game away from possibly entering the playoffs. And I think it showed, that we
showed
like
some moxie to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's better than typical Dolphins fashion. We would have gone into Cleveland yesterday and just failed to Jordyn Thompson Robinson.
All right.
So,
Thanks,
I
Brian.
mean, yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Happy
There you
New
go.
Year.
All right, there you go. See, somebody agreed with you. I mean, I got a whole bevy of callers who agree with you. Hold on. Cap for life. What's up, man?
No, okay, so I agree to a certain extent, okay? For Leroy to say, okay, it's a turnaround. Yeah, it could be a turnaround, but the past 3 years it's been a turnaround with backup quarterbacks backing you into the playoffs. Is that the case?
Mm-hmm.
So the past 3 years, what? McDaniel had Skyler, and now he had Snoop backing us into the playoffs. So the last game of the season, you're telling me you're going to want Tua to come off the couch and stop eating chips to come help us win? No, let Snoop finish the job, bro.
So you want
I mean,
Snoop to be the quarterback the rest of the way?
Bro, he won the game last week. What was our starting quarterback doing? Eating chips, bro.
He said his hip was hurt. I mean, his hip was hurt, Cap. You don't know how hurt he was.
His hip got a bruise, bro. You know who got a bruised ego right now? This whole fan base because of him, bro. Let the Snoop finish the job, bro.
All right, he's letting Snoop finish the job.
Oh my goodness. That
Dade South says he talks in caps too.
He really does.
Hey, that is ridiculous. They did say Cap always mad.
Let's see. Roberto, what's up, Roberto? Roberto.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up?
Listen, man, I don't agree with Leroy. I guess I'm the first caller that doesn't really agree with him. I really don't agree with him, and I'm going to tell you guys why.
All right.
If we continue with this franchise just doing this to us, starting 2-6, then all of a sudden turning on the Jets and doing whatever they need to do to get through and get in the playoffs, and that's what we're going to continue being, right? Just a mediocre franchise that just does good to just try and get in. When are we going to be the franchise that's actually going to do something and push deep into the playoffs and, hey, maybe a Super Bowl? I'll listen and hope you guys have a great New Year. I love you, Leroy, but I cannot agree with you today, brother.
At least he loves you, Leroy.
Yeah. So
nice.
So I get that. Basically, all I'm trying to say with this whole conversation is every season has played out differently. And the 9-8 last year was not the same as the 9-8 this year. Even though they're the same record. Now we can all sit back a year from now and say, hey, we've been back-to-back 9-8s. But you're starting to see signs of, hey, this team, if they have to win one, they're getting better at doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how far that's going to play out in the future, because I tell you what, there are some glaring shortcomings on this team.
Of course.
Everybody's quite aware of them. But the mindset and the attitude of the team is really good with how they go about doing things. That is the basis to start building something. And so you can change the players and tweak the players and get better there. But this attitude of being 2-6 and fighting like hell to get to 9-8, that's the attitude that you're going to need to go to Buffalo and beat Buffalo, regardless of what your record is. And so I think that to see this team come back from 2-6 and still have an opportunity to get in the playoffs with all that has happened this year, I think says a lot about where they're going and not necessarily the record. Everybody looks at the record. Everybody looks at, I get it. But there's levels to it. 9-8 last year felt a lot worse than 9-8 will feel this year.
But in the reality, though, it shouldn't. Like,
why? Why
it's
not?
still 9-8.
Starting off 6-2 and ended up 9-8.
Yeah, I mean, it is like, when you take a step back on the season, if that's what happens, like, especially if Tua isn't able to go, like, you're still going to be in this mindset of
that's a whole nother issue, though.
Of course, but it's like that's also part of the equation. If Tua gets you in, and you get to have Tua having another playoff start, first of all, I'll give the Dolphins I can't give them a chance against Buffalo. I'm sorry, even if Tua was to play.
Yeah, but
if you had Tua,
here's the difference
with
between me and
Marino.
you. As long as you're playing, you have a chance to win. Okay. Was there anybody who thought the Giants would beat Indianapolis?
No.
Okay, so why can't that happen for your team?
It's Indiana. All right, BP, what's up, man? Make it quick.
Hey, okay, I'll make it quick. You guys, look, I'd rather have a shallow playoff run than no playoff run at all, because at least as fans, we have a good time at watching what the possibilities may be. But
I do like having a good time.
Yeah. Like, yes. And you know what? Drink it up, have a good time, and hope for the best. But in the end, as an athlete, you want to do your best, and you're competitive. And you know what, LH, even if you get bounced out in the first round of the playoffs, at least you made it to the playoffs. And it's more exciting than, playing spoiler.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Take care. All right. We'll take a break. More to come here on the show, including Mix It Up, dude. That's next.
This is
All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take your rascals up until 2 here on the program.
Why you ain't give me no memes?
I'm down currently.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's not in.
I told you get him that Mims.
It's not in the system. So
Really?
I mean,
I would have thought 96 has it.
Me too. I thought we were supposed to be the throwback stage.
Huh.
Yeah, no, not in the system.
All right. Well, before you do that, though, before you start looking for the Mims, why don't you Mims it on up, dude?
Oh,
This is why I'm frog. This is why I'm frog. This is why I hop. What do you got for us today, Mimsy?
The mixed bag brought to you by us being back together.
Yeah,
look at that.
Aww.
The final mixed bag of the year. So you know I'm gonna come with some Drew Smith hate.
Jeez, it's his birthday, dude.
Okay, I'll leave him alone. I'll focus on a man that deserves the spotlight.
Somebody talk about Kevin Love. I mean, you see him airball that 4-footer?
Jesus, dude. 14 minutes. I was like, come on, get him out of the game. We have word from our new enforcer.
Oh,
Terry Rozier.
Yeah, dude.
Terry.
Wow. In this corner.
He spoke yesterday about defending our beloved Tyler Herro and said, you know what? It's just natural instincts to do that. This was Scary Terry yesterday after the game.
Nah, it's just natural instincts. You know, we got to protect all our guys, but definitely Tyler at all costs. And, you know, it's just natural instincts. I ain't trying to hurt nobody, but I just seen out in the corner of my eye, and that's just who I am.
See, here's the thing. Like, everyone's going to make fun of Tyler today because, he got tossed like a rag doll, which he did.
Yeah, totally.
But, like, in hockey, your best players aren't fighters.
Nah.
You have enforcers. You have enforcers.
I mean, if we're being okay, it wasn't necessarily like a cheap shot, but immediately he was in a vulnerable position.
Of course.
Immediately. Once a guy has you right here, you gotta do
Ime Udoka loved it, though. He's like, what did I see? I saw two guys. I saw one guy was stronger than the other. And I got to tell Ime Udoka, hey, dude, you're the head coach. It's kind of time for you to grow up. It's kind of time for you to grow up, dude.
He doesn't have a
big bully.
But
he's a bully. He's like, fight, great, let's go. Spo's sitting here like, you ever see Spo? And Spo's like, all right, come on, Chris, go handle that. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Chris Karan, go handle that. Ime Udoka's like, let's go. I can't wait to fight. It's like, hey, you know, Ime, respectfully, you know, you want to fight everybody, all right? You know, you chase skirt and lost Neil Long. Like, you know, I mean, perhaps this is just me. You lost a championship team over it. Like, perhaps this is just me, but maybe you should just
shut up. Dude.
Take it down a notch.
Wasn't he like picking a fight with LeBron earlier this year?
Picks fights with everybody. He just looks like he's picking fights.
So angry.
Look at him.
We get it. You lost.
And by the way, it doesn't help that he has Dylan Brooks on his team.
You see him yesterday, though, more like Dylan cooked.
He might get traded here if there's a Jimmy Butler trade too, by the way.
That's gonna be rough. Hopefully not, though. I hope this kind of drives.
Is Dylan Brooks the most ornery Canadian of all time?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
For sure. No, for sure.
Maybe Larry Walker.
Oh, didn't even know he was Canadian.
What? Anyway.
More of the mixed bag?
Yeah.
We have a little bit more from yesterday's scuffle, if you will. This
Okay.
is an opinion that I'm not sure I really want to hear, but this is lover boy Bam Adebayo about the scuffle, and I don't know, he says some words I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's what being in this locker room is about. That's our locker room. That's the brotherhood we have. Like, when us get in a scuffle, we all jump in. I mean, you know the rules on the bench, but the five that's out there, go get them off. Go get them off your teammate.
He was in there. He wasn't throwing punches, but he was backing people off.
Exactly. He was keeping the peace.
Keeping the peace. What's wrong with keeping the peace?
Did you find a problem with that?
A lot of people do, but people want Bam Adebayo to punch somebody right in the face.
You scored 4 points, dude. At least you can.
Here's the deal.
Come on,
especially as captain.
As the leader of the team, you have to do things a certain way.
Udonis would have.
But at all, he's a different leader.
Yeah, he's a different breed.
If Udonis went out and throw bowls, you're still gonna score 120.
Like Udonis has him is like conflict. Great.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that.
But I just
they're not the same. Not everybody's the same.
You still have to be a captain in that you got to make damn sure you're available for the rest of the game.
Yes. They couldn't have the whole team get thrown out. The game wasn't over.
Oh, God forbid Bam Adebayo's 6.5 points.
You know, they didn't, you know,
Bam Adebayo.
he does other things. He does other things.
Yeah, like whine, complain.
Don't like it.
Don't forget about that.
Look, I agree that his season has not been up to snuff.
Yeah.
He has not offensively
I
hit
think
his mark.
The scientific term for his season is
not a scientific term, and you will not say that about him.
I want you to keep the same energy in front of him. I'm just saying.
Things get crazy between now and media day.
Yeah? No.
My brain's so foggy.
I'll bring it up.
I'm telling you, his game has fell off ever since he cheated in dominoes.
Look at that.
You broke it.
What else you got in the mixed bag?
I have potentially, not sure if you guys witnessed this, the scumbag of all scumbags moves. But this time from the Sacramento Kings.
Dude, this was crazy. Did you see what the Sacramento Kings did to Mike Brown this weekend, Leroy?
They fired him, right?
They fired him, but they fired him after running a practice and doing the media.
Look at
they
that.
put he was driving to the airport to go to their flight to the Lakers game.
Yeah.
Fired him.
Look at that.
Cold. They've lost 6 straight, by the way.
Yeah,
didn't work. They lost again.
The guy who essentially is responsible for lighting the beam. What kind of relevancy did Sacramento have prior to that?
Unfortunately, De'Aaron Fox didn't sign that extension.
It seems like things are exploding and imploding in Sacramento.
Somebody knew. I'm not going to mention no names.
That firing, though, according to Mr. Michael
Sneaky like a fox.
Sneaky like a fox. What did the fox say? He said, "Get me the hell out of here."
Dude, his quote was like pretty cold. It was like, "He'll be all right. Guaranteed contracts." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay." Apparently, Lou Williams, boots on the ground. Yeah. Lou Williams does like a FanDuel TV, and he said that 2 things really set it off, according to his sources.
Oh.
He tried to put DeMar DeRozan on the bench.
Who?
Mike Brown.
Yes.
Tried to send DeMar DeRozan to the bench, and that De'Aaron Fox was tired of being singled out in the media.
Wow. Okay.
Now, here's the thing that I would say, though. I don't think firing Mike Brown's going to keep Fox in Sacramento, dude.
Right.
Yeah. And DeMar DeRozan, not a Hall of Famer.
Okay, he is a Hall of Famer, but he's not as good as he used to be.
I'm just saying. Michael Malone, though.
Nuggets coach.
Who
also coached the Kings.
And
was fired by them.
Chatty Patty. Bit of a chatty patty. Says that firing, not only was it no class, it was no balls.
Wow.
That's what he said.
Thoughts on the firing of Mike Brown?
Awful. Yeah, awful. And the reason I say that, Matt, is so we're going into a meeting this afternoon. And, the good thing about me is that I'm not on social media. I'm not aware of what's going on outside these walls sometimes. I've had an office with no windows for 10 years. It's probably taken off 6 years of my life. And I go into the meeting, and the coaches say, "You hear about Mike Brown?" And I said, "Why? What happened?" And they said he got fired. And at first, I was really shocked and surprised. And then I caught myself. I said, why am I shocked and surprised? For 2 reasons. One, because as an NBA head coach, ultimately, you're going to get the blame. When they win, it's going to go to Sabonis and Fox. When you lose, it's going to go to Mike Brown. That's the way it works. And 2, who he works for. So I'm not surprised that Mike Brown got fired, because I got fired by the same person. And what really pissed me off about it was the fact that they lost last night, 5th game in a row, I believe. Tough loss, fouling a jump shooter. They have practice this morning. He does his post-game media, and he's in his car going to the airport to fly to L.A., and they call him on the phone. No class, no balls. That's what I'll say about that. Thanks, everybody.
Wow.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good
Thanks,
day.
everybody.
Hey,
That stuck the landing.
he explained it. Was he wrong?
No, it was
Okay.
good. No, it was great.
Truth hurts sometimes.
No class, no balls.
Thanks, everybody.
That's definitely going to be a sign of the next Kings Nuggets game.
Oh, that's gonna be good. That's the merch that I need.
No class, no balls. Wow. No Fox soon either.
Where you think he lands? You think he gets another
Hard to
NBA
say.
job?
Hard to say. Hard to say. I'm not doing it because you guys are gonna get who are gonna trade, and then I'm held to it for life. You know, like I can never say anything anymore.
Well,
Tell you
no,
who I'm not
because
trading for
normally-
though.
Wait, you know, you are the reason why we do this with you. Because normally, every time somebody's disgruntled, you picture them in a Heat uniform without considering the ramifications of who and how much and what you're going to have to do to get that player.
Yeah.
So, don't blame us. That's you. You set the tone
I
for
blame
these
you.
things.
I blame you.
Don't blame me. Don't blame me. I
Well,
wouldn't
you
even
got anything
talk
else
about
in
it
the
if
mixed
you
bag,
weren't
Froggy?
that way.
That's it.
Man, we'll take a break. Mike McDaniel addressed his team in the locker room. We'll hear from the Dolphins head coach, see how many game balls he gave out. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Panthers back on the ice tonight against the New York Rangers. 7 o'clock is your puck drop.
Gotta say, I'm glad I'm back watching some local sports.
Man. I mean, yeah.
Leroy, you left for like 24 hours, I think.
But you could tell it traumatized him.
It was a long 24 hours for Leroy.
It was a long 24 hours in Cleveland.
Not really. It was,
I think more in the airport than anything else.
Yeah. 6.5. Well, I got to watch both the Canes and the Heat.
By the way, speaking of De'Aaron Fox, not that I'm, flirting with him or nothing.
Just keeping an eye out.
But he tweets out this morning on Lou Williams' comments. He says, there was never any pushback about anything. This narrative of us butting heads and me going to management saying anything is bull bleep, but you can run with it if you want to.
No one said you ran to manage.
Hey, they tend to always say that, right?
They do always tend to say that.
And
by that,
based on his comments earlier in the year, did he really have to?
Yeah, they get it.
Then again, though, the last time we accused someone of going to management to get their coach fired was Aaron Rodgers, and apparently we were wrong about that.
Yeah, I guess the owner was. This owner seems to suck. This owner seems to suck. I will. That does seem to be clear. Let's get to headlines. Brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, choose from over 500 new Kia miles in inventory, like the Sportage, the Sorrento, and the Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. Speaking of our coach, I got a bone to pick with him.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, Erik Spoelstra. I want him to stop lecturing me about something. But I want to get back to the Dolphins.
Wow.
Dolphins beat the Browns 20-3. Mike McDaniel spoke in the locker room afterwards. This is what he had to say to his team after getting them to 8-8.
Well, there was a lot of people that told us to give up on the season. And am I glad in this room did not? How about Snoop? Game ball, Snoop. 10. Okay. 105 yards, 9 receptions on 9 targets, 5 tackles, sack, forced fumble, 2 quarterback hits. Hey, game on! Hey, how about 15 tackles? T-Dot! And a pick. 3 points defense. Hot damn. Let's give Weave a game ball. Weave a game ball. This is why you get into team sports. Okay? When you have nobody else to lean on but each other. 2-6. 6-2 after that. Okay? That's some grown man.
Wow. That's a pretty good speech by Mike McDaniel. Other than giving out 5 game balls, it's still too much.
I tell you what,
Hey,
manager hates.
I tell you what, that defense though, with all the injuries they've had,
yep,
they have performed.
Yeah, Terrell Dodson, who came in the middle of the season.
Oh yeah,
did a great job. I like Jordyn Brooks a lot too, man. Jordyn Brooks is a hell of a
How many
player.
tackles does this guy have? Jordyn Brooks, if I'm not mistaken, is like upwards of 120 tackles.
He's like all over the place. And you know, everybody kind of got on him because he said after the Green Bay game, he was the only one to say we were soft. Cold got to us, you know. But you know what? Like, that's an honest leader. He said what we all saw. He didn't lie about it.
And I lied. He only has 83 tackles. Oh no, total 137. There we go.
Jeez, you shorted him by 50 tackles.
Well, okay, because it's solo and assisted.
All right.
This means anymore.
He leads the team in tackles by 40. 50 almost.
Jeez, this is crazy.
Jordan Poyer's second with 90. Most of that is draped off of somebody's leg.
I'm just so sick of this guy. Just go do your
Just saw him in the ayahuasca with Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, come on, dude.
Of course, dude. That makes sense to all the blown coverages this year.
Anyway, Jordyn Brooks also spoke to the team afterwards. He gave a speech, shorter and sweeter.
We talk about believing, man. We talk about believing. Keep believing. I never stop believing, bro, because I know who we got in this room. And I told y'all last time, if it's 1% of a chance of us making it, then that's what we play for. This week of practice, the best week of practice of your life. Body's hurting, it don't matter. We're gonna suck that shit up and we're gonna go out here, we're gonna fight for each other, bro. It start with us. It start with us. Let's go, man. Let's go. Keep believing, bro. Believe on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Sound like a black Mike McDaniel.
Gotta seem like you took a little shot there.
What do you mean?
Potty mouth.
If your body hurting, no matter, you're out there.
Oh my goodness, dude!
Nah,
Can I say this?
Rest up. Take your time.
Very,
Dude. No judge.
Very rarely will you hear another player comment on another player's injury because they see more than we do. You understand what I'm saying?
So you're saying it's odd to hear him take a shot like this?
He's not taking a shot.
You sure?
Right now, you know what you're doing.
What?
You might as well. You might as well coach the Canes.
I'm pulling the Lou Williams, stirring it up.
Yeah. No, you
everyone in this room has pain right now, and we're gonna do everything we can to get on that field. Except you, Uno. Take your time, dude.
You're pulling a crystal ball. You're making things more complicated with your comments. Do you think is there anybody want to get rid of that narrative more than Tua?
One would think.
Okay.
Nobody would want to.
Okay, so yeah, how bad it must be if he couldn't play.
Why would he say that though? Why would he say that? He was getting through a good speech.
It's almost like all hands on deck.
So Tua's left hand.
Almost all hands on deck. Except for you, Blondie. You're good. You can take this game off, Blondie.
What's wrong with you guys?
They're in the same room together during break. Who knows what they've said?
Oh yeah,
that's not fair. You guys get into that shenanigans room with him all the time.
Yeah. Or the hallways. Oh, there's some shenanigans in the hallways always with them.
We can steal whatever we want today. There's nobody here.
There is no one.
I think I might take a Riptide guitar.
It's yours.
Do it. They won't notice.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
What happened? I'm like, man, it was who knows?
Cleaning crew.
What's up with the daytime cleaning crew? It's throwing me off now.
They wanted better hours, dude. And they said, you know what? We're gonna forget that over.
Why would you clean when people are here peeing?
It is a very strange scenario, but I don't know.
Great speeches, though. Look, I give credit. I'm not saying they don't deserve credit. I'm just saying season's not a success unless you beat the Bills. That's all.
And you followed up by saying they have no chance.
Oh, dude, what do you think what do you think the spread's going to be? 10, 12,
12.5,
8.5.
I think it's going to be double dig.
Remember, Buffalo's going to be home.
And we know those monsters throwing their sex toys, jumping through flaming tables.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
Lil V772. When all of a sudden he starts speaking ye old English. I hope the Chiefs bagger layeth the smackdown on the Broncos.
We'll take a break. Erik Spoelstra, I got a bone to pick with you, dude.
Oh my goodness. You just go through all the sports. Respectfully?
Of course.
WQAM.
This is card music.
This is Duarte.
You know where you hear this?
Where? Rockville. Man. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Miami Dolphins getting the win yesterday. The Canes, they lose the Pop Tart Bowl, unfortunately. 42-41 in a real shootout. Cam Ward. It really wasn't a true loss.
Not a true loss.
It's not a true loss. I mean, who cares about the Pop Tart Bowl? But except gamblers who are mad at Cam Ward. But I genuinely don't care. Good for Cam Ward. Thank you for representing the U well this year. Go get drafted in the top 5. That's going to be way more valuable to the Canes than anything he did in the damn Pop Tart Bowl.
Very true.
And please hope they find another quarterback.
Well, Arch Manning says he's not transferring. Can't get Arch.
Yeah, perfect. No, we're not gonna. But we'll get the guy.
Get yours.
Yeah, I mean, it's no Cam Ward, but I'll take it.
Take it. So the other piece of the drama that we're going to follow this week is Jimmy Butler. So I don't know, how much did you guys talked, I'm sure, a lot about it last week when I wasn't here, but you had the whole Pat Riley statement that came out. This Shams, he's really a Grinch, huh?
Wow.
Ruined Christmas.
What's he doing?
Ruined my Christmas.
He made Pat Riley
Very early in the morning, too.
Pat Riley was just sitting here drinking his eggnog, and then all of a sudden it's Shams. This Shams, he's got a real bee in his bonnet, huh?
But here's the deal. He's hearing it from somewhere.
He is hearing it from
Is he,
somewhere.
though?
Where is he?
Yes.
It's manufactured. That's what it is. The guy who he replaced did the
The
same
thing is
I got a theory.
I will say this about all these media guys, right? People tell them stuff,
and
they run with it.
Yep.
Everybody assumes they know where it came from, and so all parties deny it.
Right.
But somebody said it.
For all we know, Jimmy could be leaking it to him.
Right.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know.
You watch him now.
What do you mean, dude?
He would never do that.
We don't know. We don't know. Maybe Jimmy,
And then there's always this comment. I'm happy to be in Miami Heat. I plan on spending the rest of my career here. When we know they didn't give you an extension.
Right.
So
I can't lie. When the whole sick days happened,
I thought he was going to get traded.
I was skeptical. I was like, all right, fine. And then reconditioning. I'm like, reconditioning?
He missed 2 games.
What do you mean, dude? What did he have?
Hey, that means everybody's in on it.
I was look, I don't know. But then yesterday, Jimmy puts out this video. He's in the Heat locker room playing dominoes with his agent in front of the locker. And then after the Heat win, he's putting Tyler up with the Houston police, which is just a great. I'm telling you, make this a t-shirt. Is anything funnier than Boy Wonder being held back by the cops?
I need this shirt.
But then Jimmy posts after that, he posts videos and photos of himself working out in the Heat facility. Heat are back on Wednesday. They got a back-to-back. I don't know if they'll practice tomorrow. I'm not sure because usually if they have 2 days off, they'll practice the next day, but it's a back-to-back coming up. They just played 3 out of 4. Duncan's banged up. Jimmy's obviously working his way back. So I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I wouldn't be surprised one way or the other. But if he's not going to practice, I mean, the assumption is he'll be back Wednesday if he's ready and reconditioned.
If he doesn't play in these 2 games, are you going to raise some eyebrows?
Listen, my eyebrows.
Either one or 2 things. Tell us what's going on or really explain what his injury was.
Dude, my eyebrows have been more raised than a Real Housewives Botoxed face. Like they have been raised up, dude. Like trust me, I've already been looking at this from all angles. I've been a glass case of emotions.
How raised?
Like the poison stuck my face up there. It was something. But what did I just watch with Botox? That Nicole Kidman movie. Yeah, she got Botoxed. I didn't know
You
Botox
watched
gave you
it
bruises.
already?
Oh yeah, my wife and I went. Not very good. I don't really get what she was freaky over. I think it's licking milk out of a bowl.
I'm sorry, what?
Baby girl?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what's her thing.
if you want to see a funny Botox movie,
I'm
go see Just Go With It.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my goodness. You will not stop laughing.
But yeah, Jimmy puts all these photos yesterday. You have any more of these, J-Fig, for the audience on our Twitch and video feed? Like, you know, he's working out yesterday, and some people say he does look skinnier, that he looks like he lost weight, like the bubble guts did really get him.
Which, if that's the case, I'm gonna get a little bit of those bubble.
You think what you think you're gonna go over to Big Face Coffee and get a bottle of bubble guts?
Jesus espresso.
Come to think of it, I did see something weird in the fridge. It's probably that.
In that fridge? Oh my goodness. I'm surprised some of that stuff not growing green stuff on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy has eyebrows.
I was leading up for this one.
He's like, he goes, can you believe we got Pat Riley to make a statement? The whole Shams thing, all I had to do was pretend that I didn't know what Shams was saying. But anyway, so we'll see what happens with the Jimmy Butler thing. But I got another bone to pick with the Heat, all right, to be honest with you. And specifically Erik Spoelstra.
Oh, you've been butting heads.
Because let me tell you something, dude. I don't like the fact that we sat here respectfully and been asking for something all year, respectfully. And then he has the audacity, after Nikola Jovic has his best game of the season and Kelel Ware arguably had one of his best games of the season, and he has the audacity to get on this podium yesterday and wax poetic to Heat Nation to show patience. And I was like, excuse me, sir? You're going to tell us what about having what with the young guys when you're sitting here
with
and
zero?
Let me tell you something, Spo. Can I just tell you something? A little secret between you and me. Kevin Love is tired, okay? And all he wants to do is give speeches and sit on the bench. And you keep putting him out there exhausted, and he can't even make a basket within 4 feet. I didn't even know that was possible at his height to airball a ball that close. But he's tired, okay? And you keep throwing him out there when there's a giant Serbian and a 7'1" dude from Little Rock, Arkansas, who's completely capable of rebounding the basketball. And you had the audacity to tell me in the post game yesterday to show patience. Do you have this yesterday? This was Erik Spoelstra.
Together, you know, after a tough loss last night. You build character, you have opportunities to build that competitive character as your season goes on. Our young guys, you know, I love them. You know, it's not going to be Heat Nation. This is not something with our young guys that is just going to be like, you know, straight to the moon. You know, they're so committed, you know, and they're figuring things out. And some nights it's going to be great, and some nights, you know, we work through it. But hopefully each night that you know, we'll put ourselves in a position to win, and then we figure it out, you know, there at the end. But the young guys really contributed tonight all the way through. Nico, obviously, you know, that big three.
Okay, dude. Okay. That, isn't it adorable that he's trying to reverse psychology it on us? That's like, we're the impatient ones. When he's sitting here and he had to be fought tooth and nail to get those two giants out on the floor, and now we have to be patient. Are you kidding me?
I don't know what this word means, but I think he's gaslighting me.
Dude,
I think
I
he
think
is.
he's gaslighting me.
I think
I feel gaslit by Erik Spoelstra.
That is messed
He goes,
up.
I know you guys, you know, you guys want veteran presence, and I understand that, but, you know, we're going to have the young guys out there, and you're just going to have to show patience.
Wait a minute.
That's all I wanted in the first place.
He's saying we didn't want to play the young guys.
Yes, that's what he's trying to make it seem like. Because
hold up, Spo. No. I am not going to allow you to put my name out there like I'm the one holding the young fellas back. There was nobody more excited than me to draft the 7-footer. I was the main one saying we got younger and we got lengthier in this offseason. Me! Only to play the same hobbits week and game after game. And you saying, I need to be patient. I'm not the one that sent the 7'1" guy to Sioux Falls.
Sioux Falls, dude. You didn't send him to the moon.
He's not Sioux Falls worthy.
Went
He
to
was
Sioux
getting
Falls.
wrong with Drew Smith.
He's sending him to Sioux Falls. He's putting up 30 and 30. He goes, shish, that's all right. I guess he didn't need that.
Because he already played with those guys in college.
So he's literally done everything there is to do with those guys. They won a championship this summer. He doesn't need to prove anything else.
Now, you know he's going to play 2 minutes next game, right?
There's no way, dude. He's so good. Did you see how scared that guy was in the middle of the... He's like Khalil was just... He didn't even do it. He's just like, whoop. And then Jalen Green was like, ah! And like ran away. I was like, oh. It's almost like watching a sport you've never seen before. Because you just so used to, because just 6'5" guys are usually your centers. They just actually decided, Leroy, I watched a game where people were just like, I don't think I'm going to go in the paint.
Right.
I was like, wow.
Imagine. I would just put Khalil in there and say, hey, be 7-1.
Let's just
good game plan.
Let's just get crazy here, Spo. Why don't we do this? Just try it on precise one game, okay? You put Khalil and Nico and Bam with Jimmy and Tyler. Let's see what happens, man. Just for a stint, not the whole game. Just give it a little run-ski.
Give him like a 5-minute run.
Just see what happens.
They interlap, so some guys you still have your starters and whatever. See,
Assuming that Jimmy's reconditioned.
How? So let me get this straight. This man has been in the best shape of almost any athlete I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
He gets the bubble guts, missed 2 or 3 games, and he's got to recondition.
That's right.
If you lose it that quick, then what about the young guys who you sit on the bench for 5 games?
I don't know.
I don't think it's his stamina they're talking about. I think he probably has something to do with his hair. They need to recondition his hair so that they could potentially change the color.
So they got who we got coming in this week? We got Pels. The Pels are coming in on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Is Zion back? Nah, what am I even saying? Of course he's not back. That's a stupid question.
Hey, everybody who was complaining about him getting slimmer.
He's not back.
Nope. Working his way back still.
Oh, he's reconditioning.
He's reconditioning. We can have a reconditioned All-Stars.
Oh, man. Stop gaslighting us, dude. I not appreciate this.
So strange.
Take a break. Back after this.
What?
Jimmy Carter died.
Jimmy Carter.
Yep.
President.
You gotta go former president. Oh no, it's the highest of honors.
Hundy.
He was 100.
Yeah. Well, I saw there was a video of him wheeled out the pretty recently. I was like, yeah, he's hitting it.
I mean, 100 years, pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I'm not gonna lie, you Greg Gumbel kind of hit me like.
Greg Gumbel did. Yeah, we did. Oh no,
because he did a lot of.
But wait. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Did you realize how old he was?
No,
I didn't realize he was that old.
I also didn't realize that he was a local. Apparently, passed away in Davie.
He, it was that was sad news this weekend, man.
78 years old.
Sad news.
Yeah.
So Bryant is the younger brother.
He's 76.
I thought he was the older brother.
I think it's just because the way he carries himself, with the glasses.
Right. Oh. Brian Campbell.
76.
Let's get
you big time when one of the Gumbels had anything to do with your show or your game.
Oh yeah, for sure. When the Gumbel show up, just classes up the joint. Let's get to all right, don't know, huh? My all right goes to the monster of all monsters, Calais Campbell.
Yeah,
scary.
Very scary.
Leroy, you weren't here during the part of the show. I don't know if you were listening, but I will say, with the whole Tua thing, when you do watch what Calais Campbell and Myles Garrett can do, you kind of understand why you should probably keep somebody away who can get hurt a lot worse. They're very scary, but I'm going to tell you right now, Myles Garrett
is dude.
TV
doesn't do that. TV doesn't do him justice.
He moved that poor rookie who's a giant and just used him like he was a plaything.
You know what that's called? In football, leverage.
That was insane.
I don't care how big you are. The other player gets leverage. Believe me, I saw Corey Stringer get picked up off the ground by Reggie White.
Insane, dude. My no goes to Zach Gelb. I got to be honest with you.
Gelby.
And let me tell you something, Gelby.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you go on to Twitter right now, backing off and throw the heat on Mario Cristobal.
Yeah.
Stick to your take, Zach Gelb.
That's right.
Stick to your take. What do you got, Leroy?
I hope he hits you with the facts of
My all right goes to. I had a good weekend saying hi to the Dolphins people and Browns people. It was cool. That doesn't happen often where I get to walk both sidelines.
Oh, side no, by the way.
What?
They didn't give us any Leroy Horde highlights on the flashback to Dolphins and Browns. Right.
Because I only played. How about this? I only played the Dolphins once. And
that was the game, though, wasn't it?
When Dan Marino tore his Achilles and Scott Mitchell came in and Bernie broke his ankle.
Oof.
Geez.
Yeah. No, they played. The Browns have played here a bunch of times, and the Dolphins have gone there a bunch of times after that. So, but my all right is going to go to that. I had a cool weekend catching up with people, saying hi to everybody. It was cool. My oh no. Miami International Airport.
Oh boy.
So let me explain to you what happened to me, why I was late and missed my flight. I was down there 2 hours before my flight.
Okay.
When you go in the park, they had it blocked off by damn near SWAT.
Okay.
It's packed. Pull around. I go. So I tried to pull up and ask, where can we park? Keep it moving. So it was like Looney Tunes with the cars just going around in circles. Same cars, same people, until I saw somebody pull off and just pull into the next parking lot. All they had to do was tell people to go to the next entrance. There was plenty of parking.
Yikes.
But because they didn't, there's a lot of people just driving around in circles. And so I finally get follow this person and I get a parking spot. I'm running to the gate. My flight leaves at 3:30. I get to the register at 3, like 5 to 3 maybe. I said, I need to hurry up and catch this flight. Parking was terrible. And the lady goes, mm-mm. What? Yes. She goes, that ain't happening. I got a flight for you at 9:30.
Wait, did she actually do that?
Yes, she went, you ain't gonna make it.
Marco sent her.
Yeah. So
was the security line bad?
No, because I did the priority.
Oh, okay.
But it was still, bad. But that's not even the point. Like, they didn't even try. Like, I would have had 10 minutes to get there because, 15 minutes they closed the door. So I could have got there. And then I have a choice to make. I can go back home and repark. Or I can sit in an airport 35 minutes from my house for 6.5 hours. Yes! So I'm stuck in an airport in my city.
Wow.
Needless to say, I got to my hotel room at 2:30.
One of those shady 3-hour motels, Leroy?
No, I stayed downtown because I didn't rent a car because I figured, what's the point in trying to park a car in downtown Cleveland during a football game? I always lose my car. I always end up walking around. It was rainy and terrible, so I did one better. I parked where I could walk to the stadium in the rain.
Leroy, why didn't you get dropped off at the airport or like
because
Ubered?
I can get dropped off. Because I planned on coming to the station. And I can get dropped off at Fort Lauderdale Airport. To ask somebody to drop me off at Miami Airport,
yeah, it's rough.
That's rough. That's too much. And let me also add, Mama was flying out the same day, and Mel had to drop her off. Now
at a different airport.
I don't give at Fort Lauderdale. I don't give Mamas oh no, but she left her purse.
Oh,
so Mel had to rush home. Mel had to rush home, get her purse, and
oh my God, that's brutal.
And so
the purse though, like, come on, like
her purse with her ID.
Oh, okay.
And my poor daughter, she goes, I asked her, Daddy. I said, you sure you got everything?
Did she dismiss her?
I got everything. I'm like, so it was just a weird set. Then not only that, I got to watch. What happened was I watched both of the games over some cocktails and some wings.
And
then fell asleep on the plane. So then when I got there, I was wide damn awake.
You sure you had a good trip? I don't know.
He loves Cleveland.
I slept in though, because the game was at 4. And by the way, NFL, thank you.
Again.
Moving that terrible game to 4.
Dolphins, 3 straight 4 o'clock starts.
Yeah.
J-Fig, what's your all right no today?
Well, I thought I should shine a little light on the Vikings, who continue bringing back very nostalgic celebrations. And this time around, they celebrated a turnover with a High School Musical dance.
Wow.
And I gotta say, it spoke to me a little, They just keep doing it.
Yeah,
I love
they
it.
did,
I'm
Chicks?
jealous.
Did they do White Chicks recently?
That used to be us.
They did White Chicks. They did
Dolphins used to be
Camp
the cool
Rock.
celebration team.
Oh, Camp Rock. Yeah.
Forgot
You think
what
it's
else
Andrew
they did.
Van Ginkel? Van Ginkel just brings the celebrations with him.
He's actually
Well, isn't he the? Wait, was it his Disney Plus that he was using that name?
Yeah, his
Look,
HBO
it's all
login.
coming back full circle.
His
Well,
HBO
I would
login
say
is
this.
Stu Wang.
What they got? 14 wins?
Yeah.
That helps.
We got a game tonight. We got Lions and 49ers. If the Lions win, then I believe Sunday Night Football next week is for the 1 seed, and the loser's the 5 seed. you imagine being a
Wow.
13-win team or a 14-win team? You're on the
Same in the same division. In the same, I can honestly say, I don't think there's ever been a 1-loss and a 2-loss team in the same division, or two 2-loss teams in the same division.
I don't know.
That's
I'll look.
crazy. Could you imagine back in
Research that tomorrow, Frog Boy.
two teams being 14-2 in the same division? I don't think that's ever happened. Keep in mind, look, the Green Bay Packers aren't garbage either. They're really good.
Know. It's a great division.
Same division.
And then you have the NFC South.
Somebody's got to go to the playoffs. I think is it squared up yet?
It's I believe that if Tampa wins
Houston already won it.
No, that's the AFC South. That's also not a great division.
Oh, NFC South. I think the
Bucks have to win to be in.
Oh, I thought the Bucks already won the division.
Nah, I think they have to win still. I think they have to clinch it still. I'll double check because I think the Falcons beat them twice.
Jeez.
I'll double check that. Did you have an no, J-Fig?
So to add to my all right, I finally ended up going to an escape room, which results in this weekend I ended up doing an escape room, and it was really fun. I'd definitely do it again. Mainly because my oh no goes to I was this close to finishing.
You didn't finish it?
No, I believe I had like about 5 minutes before the time ran out.
Let me tell you something. These two in my house, they go into those escape rooms, break it down, and my wife comes back 37 minutes. I'm like, oh my!
I kept going from room to room.
It.
Like, do I have time? Do I have time? But it was really good.
How about the voice in the sky?
Did you look underneath the rock?
So no, so honestly, we barely asked for clues because I really wanted to like do this myself. We probably asked for about 3 clues in total. And it wasn't bad. Like even the guy said that we used less clues than everybody else. But every single time we asked, the voice came out of nowhere, and it throws you off all the time. Like it's just like, wait, what was that? And it's creepy.
Yes,
but I like it.
Froggy.
Yes.
This is why I hop. What do you got for us?
This is why I hop. My all right goes to this show, man.
Oh,
we've had a productive year. People are saying this is the best year of Tobin and Leroy they've ever experienced.
Agreed.
People are saying that all over the Reddits. I believe that's where they are.
You always got to trust the Reddits, dude.
Gotta trust the Reddits, dude. Gotta trust the Reddits, but it's been a great year. Happy to be a part of it. So you guys get my all right.
Schmeathan just tells us to
What is
go to hell.
Go to hell? Yeah, perfect. Why did I even ask? Why did I even ask what he said?
What's your oh
I
no?
love you.
Yeah,
I don't think for him it does.
I think it does.
Somewhere close for sure. My oh no. Unfortunately, it's gonna have to go to Drew Smith, dude.
What?
It's gonna have to go to Drew Smith.
Kidding me?
We're 2-1 since
end
he's
the
been
year.
gone.
You
Alec Burks has been playing his bleep off, dude. This is the minutes that this guy was robbing.
You are killing me, dude. You are killing me. The poor guy literally was this close to getting a standard contract, and you're sitting here poo-pooing him on his birthday with his foot in a boot.
Alec Burks, first game plus 17 on the plus minus, scored more points than this guy scored all year.
It's not what he does. He's not a scorer.
Terry. He's also not an enforcer.
You have the untrained eye.
Just saying, dude.
Talk to you guys Thursday. Everybody enjoy. Have a safe new year.
Have a safe new year.
Yeah. We'll be back later on in the week. Take care, everybody.
Now I tell you what, Gladiator 2 coming out.
Oh, how about that?
Tickles your fancy?
Are you not amazed?
Here's my impression of your mother.
Made him a memorable.
I believe Brett Favre.
Depending on how big the storm is, You're gonna get these periodical feeder bands.
HBO,
They knew.
you're a dirty bitch.
Heavens to Betsy.
Afternoons in the sports world are